fit in the camera. So
it can't fit in the camera.
No.
You were saying you've never sent a dick pic?
We need
I've never sent a dick.
We need a wide lens, one of those panoramics.
You mean a macro lens, the ones that magnify 8 times?
First,
so can you do a mic check?
You gotta spread the hair across, of course.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So just keep in mind, like
you just got to keep.
Yeah,
it
won't hear you from here.
You know, I was.
So just pull it.
Yeah,
there you go.
Adjust yourself right there. Yeah, because you're gonna be talking a lot.
Joe, I was walking with Philly today, and we were talking about Hitler receiving blowjobs.
Oh yeah, Keenan asked me the weirdest question. He was like, "You ever think about Hitler and then maybe just think about his penis?" And like, I was like, "No." He's like, "Well, because he's an asshole, and
like,
so
what if it's like super big and he can rock it like really hard?"
So not only is he an asshole, but he has a big dick. And I was like, "Keenan, I don't know." And he was like, "Just like think about it with me." You know?
Isn't that a double header? Like you're a dictator and you have a big ass dick.
A dictator with a big ass dick.
I told him you can't be an asshole if you have a big dick, because then you're not mad at anything in the world. You know what I mean? You only get mad at shit when you don't have a big dick.
And he had a wife, so I mean,
do you have a big dick?
Well, he was just saying he took his 23andMe, and Syphon says he's actually 12% black.
Yep.
12%
so that's
black.
4% more than me. Well,
15? Ooh, look at it.
I'm 2%
black, 49%. Was it Native American and 30% European? Like 0.2% Jew.
42. What? 2% Jew?
Or 0.2%.
0.2. Okay, yeah. I'm 2% East African, Congolese.
Oh, I'm West African.
Oh shit!
We got some fighting.
The blood's in the
East Coast,
Crips.
West Coast beef. Come on, guys. Come on.
It's like Biggie and Pac, bro.
Joseph.
Yeah, here we go. Welcome all to episode 58 of the None of Our Business podcast. We are your hosts, Philly Fanatic, P Steezy, P Money, Philosophy, Philanthropy, P Sane Silent Tempo. We got Keenan, Cianan, Dunkaroos, K9, see yourself out of here, C4, C Notice, Section 8. I don't know what that goes with. And today we have a very special, we have a very special guest, J Syphon Gonzalez, the immaculate, the world renowned, the engineer of all.
Wait, so you did music for them or something?
Yeah.
Oh, and Joe's also
Joe.
on the podcast.
Is that how he knows you? Because you.
Should we hook my boy up so he can like sit?
Yeah, move it around a little bit.
Feel free to like fuck with the thing so that.
Oh no, I'm cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's got his what do you call it? His you're channeling your inner. What's his name?
Wow, Keenan. If you're gonna start a point, please have a point.
Fuck. What's the dude from that was NWA? Suge Knight. That's it.
Oh, you're channeling Suge Knight. He said you're a Latino Suge Knight.
Yeah.
Man,
you're in better shape than Suge Knight.
Because in the interview, he actually had the same, like the hand crossover and the
tattoos
position and everything. Yeah.
Man, it's funny. A lot of people call me the Mexican Suge Knight.
No,
really?
Swear.
It's not the first time I heard it.
Well, you know what?
The aura around
to your
you.
credit, Joe and I have been part of your little music collective for a while. Now, granted, we're probably not the most consistent people. You know what I mean? Joe less than even me. But, overall.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
But I'm always grateful, man, that even what's crazy about hanging out with you is we could go, whether it's Joe, myself, or anybody, we could go fucking almost a year, and then we'll just pick up right where we left off. That's how like it's real. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm super happy to have you on the show.
Oh yeah,
welcome to the show.
Yeah, Keenan isn't one of those guys, so we brought you here as a replacement.
I have to be here every day to not lose my job.
Actually, you're the one who's missed the least, right?
Yeah,
no,
Keenan.
Philly's the one.
Oh,
he's been on every single show.
That's right. I have. No, I missed one, didn't I? I missed one.
Did you miss one?
I missed one.
All I missed was a Super Bowl one.
Oh, so you and I are tie. But not really, because you're black and I'm Latino, and it drops a little harder.
Are you Latino though? Are you Latino?
So I'm 60% European. I guess I can't claim that anymore. Huh?
He's more white than anything else.
And did you mostly consider yourself a particular ethnic race before you took that 23andMe? You're like, oh shit, I'm not just one anymore. I'm all these people.
You're kind of every single race.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you
I just kind of thought I was Mexican.
Yeah, the whole time. It turns out you're actually you're like kind of black.
And Native American. Yeah.
Your clients started hooking you up with street cred and shit.
Don't trip.
On creative. That's brazy.
No. You go get blasted
Crazy.
around here.
Whoa.
Wait, I don't. As the white guy in the room, I don't know what's going on.
He's putting his glasses up like, excuse me, guys. I have no idea what's
Is
happening
this like
here.
a Star Wars versus Star Trek thing?
Have you ever met a black
pretty
guy like Cianan, dude?
A few.
He's like,
He said a few. Went to school with a few of these guys. Actually, yeah. So you went to engineering school, right?
Yeah.
Like twice, actually, like a boss.
wait, you did? What was the school?
Los Angeles Recording School in Hollywood.
Nice.
When
See,
I was
most
film
people
school.
who I run into who say they're audio engineers or sound engineers, and I do that in heavy quotations, mostly just pick stuff up like as they're DJing and whatnot, but never actually go to an actual school for that. They just give themselves that title. And I give you an example. When I was at SF State, I ran into this guy who was working on bicycles and wheelchairs and stuff like that. Never took any class or course. Now, this is obviously the ego in me and the way I was, being brought up in that schooling. But I was talking to him and he was saying, yeah, he said, I'm a mechanical engineer like you are. And I was like, oh, cool. What classes or courses did you take? He's like, oh, no, I didn't take any of those classes or courses. And I was like, so you didn't take any physics, mathematics, chemistry, any of the sciences? He was like, no. But I work on things and I work on these bikes and wheelchairs, and I'm just like who you are. And I was like, in the back of my mind, I was like, no, you're not.
You gave him a resting bitch face.
I
Like,
did.
You're an elitist, huh,
how am I?
Cianan?
Yeah, that's the thing. And that's what kind of when you go through this engineering schools, at least in mine, it was very, if you're not the smart one is the popular one. If you got the brain knowledge for that stuff, you are like the shit, or people hang around with you more.
Interesting.
There were kind of cliques here and there, but yeah, if you were a smart kid, you were like,
Everybody sucked your
shit.
dick. Okay.
Yeah, and cheat off your test. And
I
all
don't
that
know.
stuff
Is it
too.
like that in the audio engineering world?
Nah, it's just whoever got more credits. Some dudes go in there with a big old ego, like, oh, I do this, I do that.
I worked with this artist and I worked
Yeah.
with that artist, but it doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, they start name dropping.
Yeah. Oh man, that's the worst. Name dropping. Who have you worked with?
he's like, I don't know.
I don't want to go into it.
See, that's
This is
the
so long.
that's the tricky part though. Like, at what point, like, because there's a big
Sorry about that. I should have taken it off your lap.
no, there's like a big
fine.
there's
My
a what is it? Split between what being book smart is and street smart, or learning from experience.
Okay.
So yes, maybe getting a degree and taking courses and actually knowing the science behind things is important too. But also, I mean, just based on experience, you got to give that merit, that some merit as well.
Well, yeah, and most engineers at my school wouldn't know the difference between a hammer and a nail. We're not taught to build things,
Even though that's literally what they do.
Yeah, we go into very, very deeper stuff. So we're taught to the reason why a hammer is designed the way it is and why a nail is designed the way it is, but we won't know how to actually physically use it in our hands. That's why I was in the theater department building all these sets, because I was more
Of the
into my
actual
hands.
builder, yeah.
Yeah. But
You wanted to be a master of both worlds.
Is that
Pretty much.
can that also be said of audio engineering, where like they'll teach you shit, but really the only way to learn is to actually be doing
Yeah,
sessions?
because I say it all the time. When you go to the biggest issue, and I seen it the second time I went back because I just went recently, is when
you went again?
Yeah.
Oh,
He went twice.
congratulations.
He went
You
twice.
started a new course?
Nah, I remember. I
Oh,
went,
based on what the last one you finished like
yeah,
a couple years ago.
like 2 years ago. I
yeah,
think.
yeah. Okay.
All right, yeah. So the issue is when they graduate, they automatically think they walk out being Dr. Dre.
yeah.
And it's like, man, it's not the case. You got like so much to learn from. There's so much you don't learn in school that you could only learn when you're actually on the job.
Right.
Dude.
Right.
And it's crazy because there are, I mean, say for example, Dr. Dre. That's a perfect example. He learned a lot of what he learned from experience.
Right.
But people, schools maybe use some of his techniques now as what the criteria is.
Right.
So it's because of individuals like Dre or Timbaland or these guys that kind of learned it on their own, just off of doing it off experience, who now like universities or schools teach their
those
style,
sound,
you
that
know?
method. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when people ask me all the time, "Is it worth it?" I'm like, "Yeah, really, what school does is just speeds up the trial and error process."
Yeah.
Look at that.
And you went the second time around actually for music business, right?
No, for what was it?
Songwriting. No, it was a songwriting then.
No, it was associate science for music production.
Oh, okay.
I learned
okay.
to read and write it basically.
Okay.
'Cause you know how I work with a lot of bands and shit.
Yeah.
So I had experience with them, and I was catching on to shit, but I didn't really like understand it most of the time. I kind of just knew
The theory of it all, right?
Yeah, so I went back, so I knew exactly what they were talking about.
Oh,
So
cool.
it was cool.
Has that informed your work, like in sessions? Because I mean, you know, one thing I've noticed is artists like to work late at night through the fucking night, and sometimes I feel like half of that shit can be done during regular business hours, man.
Man, you'd be surprised. Every artist has their own religion. I have clients of all sorts.
Really?
I got the craziest.
You want to do some name dropping?
Every artist has their own religion. I like that. We should make that the name of the
or
fucking
what's it
episode.
called?
Yeah. Every artist has their own.
I got it.
No.
Also, finish.
How about you fucking finish what you're eating
How
before
about
you
you
start
suck my
talking?
fucking dick? How about that?
Dick, bitch.
Well,
Anyways,
This
before we
motherfucker.
rudely interrupted you,
Every artist has their own religion.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. Their little like thing that they do before they record.
yeah.
Like,
Keep
it's-
like orange peels in their pocket type shit.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Some people could only work during the day. Others could only work at night. Some have to come fully prepared. Others have to come and do it on the spot, spare the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I feel that. Yeah, I definitely do better as a freestyler than I do. I try. I don't know when it happened, but I can't write for shit anymore, man. Like, only when we're in group sessions, like the stuff that we've done in the past.
Yeah.
In the past, only then can I actually write. There's something about the collaboration of that
yeah,
that works for me. But man,
Excuse me.
damn, Joe.
Sorry, guys. I'm recovering from like a fucking flu.
we need to quarantine him to the corner.
Eat a dick.
I know that can stretch out.
Yeah,
You can stretch out.
Hey,
Your little
You
vagina.
stretched me. What?
Piece of shit.
hey, what's wrong with a little vagina, dude? I like a
there's
little.
nothing
No,
wrong with
hey,
little vagina.
you said it like it was a bad thing.
Those are serendipitous.
Serendipitous.
Wait, is that
Serendipitous.
song still out that you made with Philly? Can we listen to it somehow? Like,
What are you talking about?
YouTube?
We made a few tracks together, but
Is it available?
there was one in particular I'm a really big fan of, and I'm glad it finally hit. Was the Keep It 100 with Pac-Man, dude. It sounds fucking great. You guys had
That's
revamped the
old.
whole beat and everything. Yeah, I mean, like,
So that was one that you were on.
yeah, I got lucky to be on that.
Oh,
man. Yeah.
so how do we listen to that? Is it YouTube?
iTunes.
yeah, it's
anywhere.
everywhere. It's
Oh,
everywhere.
It's
Yeah.
everywhere.
Spotify, it's everywhere. You
Okay.
can find it anywhere.
Okay.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I told you about it, and you were like, "Oh, that's
did I?
cool," and then you moved on with your fucking life.
Because
you
your
know?
life isn't really that important to me. I'm just there to
fucked
hear
up.
it. Yeah.
Have you ever heard of doTERRA?
doTERRA.
Okay. My client.
Moving on. So,
Your client.
Yeah, I
what?
was about to go off on a
go-
tangent.
go-
No, you're right. Let's go back to this. Let's go back to
Wow.
this. Eat a dick. We'll talk
only if
about
it's
it
yours. Wait.
Oh God, I'm sorry, Syphon, that you have to come see this. This is
Oh, he's
He
not
wasn't
saying- he's
prepared.
hearing it.
He wasn't
Oh.
prepared.
this is basically what I have to
Wasn't
deal
ready.
with. Wasn't ready. Dude, okay, did you
What was I
actually
saying?
see the new Star Wars movie though? Before we go too far, because we've been talking about it for the last couple of episodes.
No.
That and the Mandalorian. Are
I
you
wasn't
into Star
invited.
Wars?
Do you
LR
get
made
down
su-
though?
LR made sure to remind me about
You get down?
that. No,
Oh, see,
I'm
he
that
doesn't even
1%
get
that hasn't
down.
seen either one of them
Okay.
shit. So
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
see, he doesn't get down, so
We
I'm not
still
gonna
should
feel
get judged
bad.
shit. No, wait.
Nah.
Go back to what you're talking about.
No. It's really not important.
Why is it private?
It's not private.
Oh,
No, we can
Take it
talk
easy.
about it later in the,
All right,
in
you
the
don't
have to.
pod.
Oh, in the pod.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, but I want to go back to this before we lose this.
Okay.
this
The Star Wars?
conversation. Yeah, no, where we're at with this music shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
so did you do work with Joe?
yeah.
Oh,
So
they made a
that's
whole project
So that's
together.
available too, right? So we can
No,
listen.
that's not available.
No.
Oh,
It never hit the
man.
stores. Syphon shelved them.
Is there, oh,
man.
There's a
No.
reason for that.
No,
Joe
I
shelved
shelved
himself.
myself.
Just shelved himself.
You did?
I'm very. See, the thing is that
Not even
I
your friends can listen to it.
I can't say I'm kind of like a
Still waiting on that
perfectionist.
solo rhythm album.
I have
Damn.
it. 4 Shades.
No, but I'm somewhat of a perfectionist. So
Okay.
like Syphon and I like had worked on a project, and then the project is complete, really. You know,
Syphon's looking at me like, you know where this is going.
but it's just like me. I'm just like, no, I want to change this. And Syphon's always been like, dude, just fucking release it.
Yeah,
Just-
think about the next album. That one's done.
Yeah. Like, but and it's just me. It's my ego. It's me feeling like it's not polished enough. You know.
What
It
are your
never will
thoughts
be,
on
man.
that? Like,
It never will
as
be.
all the artists you speak to, do you give them sound advice and say, "Hey, just release it," or are they all like kind of like Joe, or they're just
It's a mixture of both. It depends on who's ready to hear and who's not.
But like you would say in particular with Joe's case, that shit should have been released a long time ago. Huh?
Yeah, because you're always gonna look back and be like, "Oh, I could have done this different." Because you grow,
Always, yeah.
you always continue to grow, so you're always you would approach it differently. Yeah,
So I mean, that project could still be dropped, and you could start thinking about other things.
Well, they might feel a little dated though. No.
or you can just let your
Some of
friends
those tracks
listen
are
to
still
it.
cool.
yeah, I got to go back and hear them, but I think it was dope because you were always saying the story. Usually, storytelling is like timeless.
Yeah, I'm a storyteller.
Because you don't. It's not like you have a big body of work that people can look back on. So whatever you release first, like that's what I'm saying. Like the first 4 albums aren't going to matter.
And people want to listen to that, like the one across the table from you, who always support you in everything you do, want to listen to it.
You do.
Like there's plenty of things that
supposed to
that,
play music here.
that I've worked on where like, you know, we never released it, but it's also because it really wasn't like something that needed to be released. But then there are other things where like they need to be released. Just get them out, just get them done, and move on to the next track.
Yeah, that's true. That's another thing that I always have to tell artists, like, man, just because you did it doesn't mean it got to come out. Sometimes shit isn't meant to come out.
Because some of it isn't meant to come out. So what is your current situation as far as like where you're at as far as like what is your main goal as far as where you're at right now?
Like with music, like where you want to take it this year, 2020.
Because I know, are you working like on a publishing thing, or
You have your own
you're
studio?
trying to do placement
Yeah.
though? You're trying to get placements.
We have a
right?
lot of artists that listen to this.
We have a lot of
so,
artists.
Yeah, so, man, my overall goal is I love being behind the scenes, like the whole like producer thing, like Dre. Like I like working on the whole project, putting it together, getting the like deciding the singers, producers to work with, and all that. So I want to do that, but I want to do that with only certain artists. Like obviously, I got Pac, I got another artist, Young Dopey, but it's getting to that point where I could kind of like close off sessions with anyone else and just focus on them. So that's what I want to do. Just like take selective, be very selective with my sessions.
Okay.
But yeah, I do got the publishing because that's different streams of revenue. That's what's crazy.
Right.
As I got deeper into it, I realized there's so many streams of income that come out of the whole thing. Like
music industry in general.
Yeah, it's just crazy how you can make so many different streams. So I'm trying to get a part of all of it.
Okay. Now, as far as, are you just working with local people, or are you willing to work with like people across
anyone.
the country? Like, so you
I
got
got
somebody in.
I got clients from India.
Okay,
Nice.
cool.
And you've gone on tour before, like, and done shit
Yeah.
too yourself. So
Yeah, it's crazy. Sometimes I be having people out of the country that come and I don't even know them, but they end up being famous.
Oh, wow.
shit. Okay.
crazy,
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So that's, if you're listening, you're an artist, and
You want to be
you
famous?
want to hit up Wrecking Spot. You know, just-
That's the name of your studio.
Yeah, the wrecking spot.
Okay.
Towards the end, we'll you can drop your email or whatever, and then we'll include it in the description so that people can reach out to you and shit.
Appreciate it.
Every artist has their own religion. That was definitely well said. You're so right about that.
It is.
Did it speak to you, Philly?
Absolutely.
It rubbed you the right
No,
way?
I've personally worked on so many projects with Syphon, like I just in different situations with different roles, but still every time I've done it, man, you're one of the few people that I've worked with in LA that's actually professional, like consistent. You show up on time, you do things on time. If anything, you're more consistent than I am, clearly, which is why you succeeded. And it's crazy to me how many creatives in general, in particular people who say they want to do music, just they're not really about it. They're not about it, man.
You get a lot of duds.
What
coming
would you
through?
say is the number one quality it's never talent, I don't think. I mean, that has a lot to do, but what would you say is the number one quality that you've seen in all the sessions you've come across that makes or breaks people who actually have the potential?
Man, the work ethic.
The work ethic.
Is like you said, I ain't no greater than the other, man. There's so many cats that I went to school with. We got the same education, just differences. I don't stop.
Ooh, that's a
This
fact.
motherfucker's a walking
fact.
proverb.
Hell
He's
yeah.
like dropping knowledge. Like,
Hell yeah. No, it's
Look at
legit,
you.
man. It's
Look
legit.
at you.
I'm so happy to have you on specifically because of that, because a lot of people do go to school right? Or they don't, and they think they can make it without, which you probably can, but they don't have the fucking work ethic. What it really takes.
Yep.
Have you had many sleepless nights? Like
Yeah.
where you just had to work overnight, didn't get a lot of sleep,
Yeah.
and then had to wake up the next day and do it all over again?
Yeah, man. So you already know how my life is. So you guys personally know because I got my son that I make time for, my brother that I take care of, then at their personal life, obviously, then at their studio. So it's time management, really.
That's what it is.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I'm passionate about it and I love it. So to me, it's worth it. It's almost like I'm not working.
How many years have you been doing this full time now? Like you don't have a job. Like this is your career here.
Yeah.
Because you're a businessman essentially.
Yeah, at this point, finally.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah. Man, I gotta say, since my mom passed since I was like, what?
Yeah. Damn.
Oh,
We're talking like
shit.
10 plus years
No,
almost.
it
now.
hasn't been that
Nah.
long. It's been like
Since I was like 22, so like 8.
yeah, it's
Hey,
been like
yeah,
So you
almost
started
almost
when you were
10
22?
No, I've been doing it before, but like,
Full time,
yeah,
nothing
full
else.
time, nothing else.
Okay.
That's
About
when
8
I
years.
ran.
Okay. When did you get your first like paycheck from a song?
Royalties, collecting royalties.
Royalties are getting paid for a session,
Getting paid for a
or
session.
in
Like
music
the
in general.
first bill you made where it made you go, I can do this now.
Back in MySpace days,
Hey, damn.
I used to hustle my home studio on MySpace, and I was like, man, people are actually paying me to come record.
Dude. And I'm sure at first it was so many different types of clients and you were like, wow, I would personally, that's the hard part I think about doing some of this work is that sometimes those artists is not something you'd personally listen to, you know, and you want to help them, but also some of them might be beyond help because they smoke too much weed or drinks. Because I'm sure you've had those clients that are like way too rowdy and you're like, fuck, I don't,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And
and you still get them.
yeah, you still take care of because I know who you are. So
Or
I
have
know
you
that.
limited that access to you?
Yeah, now it has because of my price range, so it kind of took that away. Well, how you were showing with the avatar,
Yeah.
that whole kind of thing, how I'm targeting my clients
Yeah.
and all that. That's how it is. So it's kind of like all the people who don't take it serious aren't
They're not the ideal
looking
client.
at me. Yeah,
That's dope.
Which is dope that you like that you know you're starting to succeed when you can start turning away clients because
Yeah.
it's not about survival anymore. It's about your business and the brand
yeah,
that you bring. You know, you've said it before. Part of the reason we all worked together was the camp that you were trying to put together. You know what I mean? And I'm still on there. I know I don't follow up, but if you ever hit me up and you were like, I need you on this, I wouldn't even think I'd make time. I would make time.
Yeah, I think you've garnered enough respect for, you know, specifically myself in Philly. If you were to call us and say, "Yo, I need a favor," and then we'd be like,
Reference or anything,
sure,
yeah. It would never be like, oh, I don't know, bro. What's it gonna? What
Wait,
are
can I
you
do that?
paying?
Can I
Never.
call you for a favor?
You can
I don't know about that, Keenan. You haven't garnered enough respect yet.
I fucking knew it.
You can call
Sons
me.
of bitches.
So on this episode in
just told you
general,
to
we
call
always
me.
turn on Keenan, but the truth is, yeah, of course we do something for Keenan.
I'm just checking. Just making
depends on
sure.
how much it pays, though, Keenan.
That's the thing. Like, I don't expect anything. Yeah, I don't expect
No.
any payment or
That's
anything.
because
like, I
Joe's a
wouldn't.
solo. He's a lone wolf. He's always been a lone wolf.
What is not
want
having
anybody help.
expecting? No, what is not
He
expecting?
doesn't
money after-
receive help. He doesn't accept help. He doesn't ask for help.
I get help. Of course, I get help.
No, you don't.
Yeah, man. I wouldn't be able to do a lot of things I
guy.
do without
This fucking
without,
guy.
Without who?
without assistance.
Oh,
Keenan just wants to hear you say
He
it.
just wants
Joe.
me to tell him that I owe him my life or something.
well, you
Keenan
owe me
gets
your
off
soul.
on it, dude.
Definitely not. You know,
owe you-
trash
Speaking
ass.
of soul and shit like that, are there any video games right now that we should be worried about that are actually dope? Because I haven't been playing in a while, but
Do you play?
not at all.
Oh.
I got every system, but it's all for my son. He enjoys it.
yeah, no, but you like watching movies though, right? That's the
Yeah.
thing you do. I know
And
you
TV
do that.
shows.
You're
Yeah.
a movie and TV show buff. Are you
'Cause-
watching The Witcher?
No.
The last thing I remember you watching was the Iron Fist. Was it? You were watching the Iron Fist, right?
Yeah.
Iron.
Damn, that was a
So
while
I'm big
ago.
in DC and Marvel universe.
Nice.
Okay, so you're gonna see the new Harley Quinn movie and then the TV show that just came out, or did it just come out or not yet?
Yeah, but it's an animated
Yeah,
one.
animated
Right?
one. Do you watch the
I haven't
animated
seen
stuff?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you, did you are you caught up with like all the CW shit?
No, I wish.
Man, I haven't kept up with any of that shit either. I'm like 2 seasons behind on all of those.
No, I'm just one season.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So eventually I'll make time.
So you saw like the Infinite Crisis or Crisis on X World Crisis?
That's the one that just came out, right?
No, that's the one that came out like 2 seasons ago or something.
Oh yeah, I seen all that.
Damn.
On the CW? Didn't that used to be the WB?
Yeah, but it's the CW.
Warner, right? Yeah.
It's still the same thing. It's just rebranded.
What show is it?
But it's like Arrow, Flash.
It's like a crossover.
Gotcha.
Oh, there's that new Batgirl show, right? Batwoman.
Have you watched that?
No, not yet. I seen when they introduced her.
Is it just DC?
Oh, see, I
or
haven't seen that.
Ruby Rose is fucking fine. I mean, I think she's cute.
Yeah.
That's me personally. Keenan
it's-
said, wow, Keenan.
That's right. Not everybody that you think is generally hot is hot to everybody else.
Wow, this guy really has problems. Huh?
I guess not every vagina is appeasing to him.
I know.
But if she was right in
Yours-
front of you, you'd be like,
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
really? If
Yeah.
she was like, yo, let's do this, you wouldn't be
That's
like,
any
yeah.
girl. I mean, it doesn't have to be Ruby
That's
Rose.
what we're just saying.
That's what we just said.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
So lately, Keenan and I have been going back and forth on like, Keenan will meet someone 5 minutes later. I'll be like, I'll say the name or kind of explain the person. He's like, who? Keenan has the he's like Dory from Finding Nemo. He can't remember shit, dude.
I can remember things.
Like what things?
Fuck you, Philly. I remember that.
Man,
Good God. Okay, so you guys. Okay, so all of you guys here actually are pretty big on the hero stuff, right? Can you like WB? No
never
Marvel.
watched that.
He doesn't fuck with any of that.
Okay, see, so then you
Well,
two,
with the exception of like Marvel movies.
Infinity Wars and shit. Like
I
that.
watched the movies. I just don't want. I didn't watch any Marvel or DC TV show.
You're missing out.
Now, do those
Missing
things
out,
inspire
yeah.
you guys? Like, do you guys get motivated from that shit, or are you just into the world because it's cool?
No, it's just hard.
It just goes hard, right? Yeah. Okay.
Man, I literally think I'm Batman.
Okay, there it is. There it is. You're like, come
Like
on,
literally,
bro.
this motherfucker has like 10 DC tattoos.
Yeah.
He's
And
got the
that's
Joker,
Robin,
Flash, Robin.
I even got the Joker ha-has over there.
Oh, okay.
Damn, we're gonna have to get a. We're
He
gonna
has
have to get a video. of
Catwoman
that.
on his neck. Look,
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
he
Harley
does.
Quinn on the other side.
and Harley Quinn on the other side.
And you know what? If I had my choice, I'd have them on both sides of my neck too.
Hey, that's why he has them. Man.
Every actress that's ever played them has been.
But
hot.
it's still fuck love, right?
It's still fuck love all day, every day. Yeah, I've been hurt too, man. Dude, I don't know what it is about love when you really care about somebody. Like when you really open up your fucking heart to somebody, you're just like, son of a motherfucking piece of shit. Waste of fucking time. And then you're like, hey, what's going on? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm
So-
all smiles.
You've had your heart broken before?
Yeah, when I was younger, but now I don't got time for it.
Hey,
I'm trying to make time for it, but
Oh, okay.
I don't got time for it.
I hear that.
Damn.
I hear
Wait,
that.
so are you speaking? Are you talking to somebody, or
Is there anybody special in your life, man? Is there anybody special in your
Thanks
life?
for bringing me, Joe. But yeah, you.
Okay, guys,
Yeah.
that's it. I gotta go.
All right, guys. I'm out of here.
It's tough, man. It is. It is.
No, my bad. In order to keep up public appearances, he's not engaging in conversation.
Come on,
Oh,
man.
no, I'm
He's-
blunt. They know.
Oh, hey, okay.
That's right, ladies. If you want yourself a real man, hit up J Syphon at Syphon323. Is that correct? Sick. man.
Yeah, getting that plug in. So okay, now now you and I had a kind of text conversation.
You and
about
I?
it.
What did we
Yeah,
talk
you and
about?
I. About love.
Oh, that's right. Joe hit me up because I posted something on IG and I was like, I've been reading a lot of books written by feminists or academics
Yeah.
who have done workshops and like in focus groups where they asked like every woman from 18 to 60 years old, right? Like how if they've ever cheated like outside and not admitted it, and whether they were moms or if they were married, like all kinds of shit, right? The whole spectrum.
Yeah.
And it turns out like over 96% of all women in their lifetime have admitted to cheating without ever letting anybody know. And it was more of like a taking power over their sexuality, or just like because they fucking feel like it. And you know what? For some reason, they struggle with this idea of like, oh, but he's a good guy. Like I shouldn't do this kind of shit, but they do anyways, right? But for some reason, it's expected of a guy, and it's okay if he cheats. They're kind of like, yeah, well, men are
What?
dogs. Like, and that's a lot of what they deal with. But for them, like just getting dressed has a lot to do with like, is that show too much? They're gonna think I'm a fucking whore just because I want to be sexy and like I can't like. So they go through all these problems that eventually, like in their head, like trying to deal with the societal standards, and then have to choose between a career or wanting to be like just sexy for the fuck of it and have as like, because we can go as a guy, you can go out there and be like, what, today I feel like chasing some tail, and we can go out and do that, and nobody looks at us twice.
What an old man.
Right?
What
Chasing some tail.
Chasing some tail. I'm gonna go chase some tail.
Whatever. It's the first fucking thing that came to mind.
A time machine,
right? But so like
I know.
the percentages are overwhelming. Even just girls who honestly a first year in, like they really like the guy, or whatever. But towards the end of that first year, they suddenly like it gets kind of boring, complacent, and meanwhile, most guys out there think they got their shit on lock. Little do they know their girl's out there fucking somebody and will never tell you just because they feel like it.
We take it to the
It's
grave.
the same for a dude,
I know.
man.
The thing
Proud
is,
side
I'm on
nigga.
I'm on the spectrum of loyalty for real. Like I really am, and that shit scares me. That now, because we're essentially getting to the point here.
Yeah.
I made a post and I was like, I don't think I'll ever trust anybody enough again to actually get into
This
a
was on
relationship.
IG? What
Yeah, I
was
made
this?
that. I made this post. Well, you don't really go on IG, Keenan. So
Well, I
Pathetic.
unless you're sharing something, and then so
I go on IG and I look at pictures.
of booties and
women.
titties.
Yeah, that looked like a lie.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, Keenan's making shit up like the 40-year virgin. Yeah, I know titties feel like sandbags.
Wait, and so that prompted you to call
So Joe hits me
About
up
love?
on IG, and he's like, "Hell no, I call bullshit."
Yeah, I
Oh,
was like
really?
the lie detector has detected.
Oh, okay.
That was a lie.
Because you never call me and we talk about love and stuff like that.
Wow.
Like we've been homies.
You see
since,
how he
like,
made this shit about himself?
We've been homies since like sixth grade, Joe.
Your ass down.
I'm already sitting.
Oh yeah. No, it's just
I just
funny.
messing with you. It's
Okay,
fine. It's fine.
here's my
You guys
thing.
are best friends.
And this is what I expressed to Filthy, that to me, and I don't know if you want to keep this
No,
conversation.
yeah. If you guys are interested.
Okay, yeah. If you guys want to hear,
I have something to
I
say.
told him because we know Filthy is a bookworm. Like he reads, but love doesn't come in a fucking book. You're not gonna fucking find love in a book.
Or take
You
tests.
can't read. You can't research love. You can't. You can't. As much as you want to think you can, and as much as you have all this research and feminists and doctors with all this and that. In the end, it's all bullshit because love is for an individual. So
think they should say
what one person's perspective of what love is not what another person's is.
Sure.
So like for you to say, oh, well, I've done all this research and there's been a consensus that, 96% of these women, yes, it's a focused group of women,
They can't speak for all.
Yeah,
of them.
they cannot
I was
speak
gonna
for
say,
all
where
the
was
women.
this? Was this American women? Was this women in Russia? Was it
American
women in
women,
Africa?
yeah.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
come on.
And of course, we live in a world where women can be as free as a man can be right now.
Most places.
So, but I'm pretty sure that there's still a pretty large consensus of women who feel the way you do. You just haven't found them.
Right.
You haven't found the one.
Where all the loyal ones at?
Holla.
So you can hit up Philly Fanatic, Philly Philanthropy, Philly Philosophy.
and just to add to that, like
God
yeah.
damn it.
What? Too. And you too.
You too, Keenan. Oh
No,
yeah,
I'll be
at
single
Keenan
and
at
lonely
Keenan
forever.
Duncan. It's spelled at Cianan.
No
with a
woman likes me
Ciana.
or loves me. I'll just be alone.
Oh,
And
God.
Syphon.
and Syphon 323.
Syphon, the
Where the
Don.
loyal ones at?
So we can all challenge each other to get women, right?
That doesn't sound good on the pod to say
Aw.
it like that. It's,
What? See, why would you place something on that in a negative stance? That was a positive thing of let's find the women that we're looking for,
Okay.
and you instantaneously put it to something negative.
Yeah, it's because you said it, so
And
I
then-
like to make you look bad.
You
He's
both,
going
you
hard
both
on you.
do
No,
that.
what are you talking
You
about?
both do that. You do that all the time. You make me look like I hate women.
I have not
And then you
done
make
that
me look
today.
like I'm like
I'm
some sort
gonna
of perv.
I'm gonna clip
I've been
this and make
super
it look
supportive
like
of you today.
These
What are you
guys
talking about?
Are the biggest pieces of shit.
Wow.
You fucking asshole.
And I just,
Yeah,
I
I've
just
been
want
trying to play nice with you today. You're
today,
being
and I
an
don't want
asshole.
you to.
Wow.
I want you to be a real
He
man.
likes a little abuse.
Damn.
I know. Hit me a little bit.
Oh
Hey,
God.
all right.
He's like, all right, what?
And you know
Don't hurt
what's
me, Joe.
funny is somebody also responded to what I had posted, and they said, "Well, you know what? Books are written by real people who've had real experiences, and so that does lend some credit to what you're saying."
And they have editors.
No, yeah, their own personal experiences.
Right.
And again, that's
Right.
not going to reflect because you don't know what their financial status is. You don't know what their mental status is. Like there are a lot of variables
That go into
for this person to write what they've written.
Right.
It's their own personal experience.
Well, you're right. You're right.
So it's like you're never gonna find if you're focused on, oh well, I read this book and it said that these women do this. So then you're gonna have a negative perspective of women because you're reading that, oh, they all want to be hoes. All right, I read this in a book that they all want to be hoes, so fuck it. I'm not gonna fuck with any
dictates women out there hoeing.
And it's their prerogative.
And see,
Absolutely.
It's their prerogative.
Absolutely.
I'm the total proof of that because if they were hoeing, Keen would be getting some.
Exactly.
So Keen's ain't getting shit.
I
So
mean,
fuck that. Fuck that science shit.
Fuck that science. Wait, but aren't you a man of
I
science?
know. It's a double. I have like a conflict of interest in my head.
Okay,
Man.
so are you interested in opening yourself to love?
Yeah, I'm open to it.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Big B.
but I want it to happen organically. Everyone laughs when I say that.
No, nobody
Organically-
should laugh.
Wait, what is
that's,
that? What
That's
is-
absolutely fine.
Organically meaning like you run into each other at like a grocery store parking lot kind
so
of thing?
when I mean that, I really mean like
No online, no none of that stuff.
nah, I don't care how we meet.
Like you
That
don't want
matter.
somebody to like you because they know who you are.
Yeah,
Let the
but
man
no-
speak.
My bad.
We're
bad.
gonna keep talking like
So basically, I believe that a big reason why shit don't work is because people rush into shit without really getting to know each other. So it takes a really long time to get to know someone, I feel like.
Okay.
So I organically want to spend time with the person when I meet them. If I don't feel that I organically want to spend time with her, then obviously,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
It's that attraction. You just have to feel like
Yeah, I got to
you
vibe with her, that
you
connection.
wanna, okay, I got you. I
Yeah.
got you.
I like that.
I don't want to rush in on anything without, because it's hard, because a big thing is like women always want to put a title quick. And it's like, man, like we need to see if this is really going to work out. You know what I mean?
So like,
And
what are we?
that takes a
Right.
long time,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah,
months,
very
weeks,
long time.
years,
It could.
Yeah.
couple of years, 10
take
years.
years.
maybe.
And even that-
Sex complicates it.
Yeah, and even
Sex
at that
complicates it.
one, even if you knew someone for years,
Yeah.
it's a whole different struggle when you move in with someone, because then you really learn a whole new side.
That's
Oh,
right.
man.
So
Yeah.
man, it really takes years, and then people obviously change as the years go by. They change, so you're constantly learning the person.
I mean,
That's a fact.
you and your girl still don't know each other, right, Joe? She's like practically a stranger.
Yep.
I mean, in some nights you want her to be a stranger, right?
Wow, Keenan, what the fuck, man?
I know she listens to this. That's why I'm getting shit. So I want the real Joe back. Will the real Joe please stand up?
Oh wow.
Been
Damn.
here.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Well, we might need Viagra for that. You know what I mean?
He is standing. Damn, Joe.
I'm at attention.
No, I hear that, man. I really do. And you know what's funny is, I don't have the patience for that shit. You know, it's weird for me. I understand what you're saying, and then I'm on the opposite end of it where, my challenge is I work really hard to make people like me. So what ends up happening is if I meet a girl, we hit it off always. Like I don't have fear that someone isn't going to like me. My challenge is getting them to stay interested, because even if they like me, that doesn't mean that they're fucking interested. You know what I mean? Like there's like a whole issue with that. Like it's been happening a lot to me lately where everything seems fucking awesome. And then all of a sudden they start playing hard to get, like on like writing shit. Like I have somebody, and you know, I don't understand the game. I don't cause I don't fucking play games. Right. But like every other night consistently there'll be what are you doing? And then I'll respond. And then there's no fucking response to that. And so eventually I was just like, I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to pick a fight with you, and straight up, I just don't want you to text me anymore. Straight up. I'm just like, cause I just don't want to deal with that. Like, I know that
Just ignore them.
I know part of the science.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
part of the science of attraction is like there's supposed to be mystery and shit, but I don't do that. Like, where do we stand? Shit. It's pretty clear. I'm pretty clear, cut and dry, and I know that that's not for everybody, and I know that's going to eliminate over 90% of the people. It's already bad enough I don't go to bars, so that's another 90% of like variables. So I've made it very slim to who's going to be in my life. But I got to be honest with you, I think I'm getting happier because of that, because I'm being more selective and more specific about what I want.
Yeah, you know your worth.
Yeah. And I'm just not here to play these fucking games. I'm not. I'm out here to fucking grind, build something, and do some dope shit. But there are a lot of people out there who just like pen pals or just want that ego boost to have a couple of extra numbers in their phone. I don't care, dude. I don't care if I only have one person I'm talking to. I really don't. Like, are you guys like? I don't place my value on like how many people are in my phone.
No, you shouldn't.
You know what I
Absolutely
mean?
not.
But some people really get off on that shit. And I'm starting to be, these used to be things I never used to notice. I never caught these as flags, but I'm
I
starting.
mean, these are tales as old as time, buddy.
I know.
Joe's been around. He knows.
I mean,
But some people really are okay with that shit, that game, and like, you know, all that back and forth and leaving a couple of days in between when we talk to each other. This like, I don't give a fuck, dude. I don't get overly attached, nor do I get overly detached. But what I won't tolerate is somebody doing it for the fuck of it. You know what I mean? And I think that's what's separating a lot of shit is like, I know specifically what I want, and that just rules out a lot of fucking things.
well, then again, that's why you can't really say that you're never gonna trust or never gonna do all these things because you're very focused on it sounds like you're very focused on one specific type of female that you want. So
I've had people tell me I need to drop my standards.
honestly, you do.
Bing.
Honestly, you do.
Look at this guy. You see?
Man, there's
No,
a market out there for everything.
Hey.
Yeah, but but see what ends up happening is he's frustrating himself because he's saying, "Oh no, I'm never gonna fall in love again. I'm never gonna trust anyone." But
So
you're
you're
doing that to
mind-fucking
yourself. Like, don't expect to find love
Right.
if you're already limiting yourself incredibly. Like,
Love will find you.
yeah,
Here's a question.
Okay.
Do you feel you're mentally stable enough to settle down?
At this point, mentally, yeah. Financially, no. I know for a fact I've
You're
got a lot of work.
never. First and foremost, you're never going to be financially stable.
Joe knows
enough.
the truth of that.
You're never ever going to be financially stable.
And that comes from
enough.
someone who earns a shitload of money. So,
Like,
damn.
yeah.
It'll just never be ready.
Because love does not care about finances.
Dude,
Okay.
even Jeff
Okay.
Bezos lost like 57 billion to his ex.
Like, it's not going to happen. Like,
Right.
the fucking money comes and goes and comes and goes. But if love is everlasting, it's going to stay.
That's true. Somebody who really cares.
So again, by you constricting yourself to staying focused on the one exact female that you see that you're gonna see and you're
I
like,
know.
oh my god, that's the
I know.
one,
And
that's the girl. Then what happens when that girl that you wanted forever is like, oh, what the fuck?
I've been
Fuck
taking,
away from me.
I've been
Like-
taking a hard look at my own self and being like, am I even that fucking guy? That you know what I mean? Like, I have these rigorous fucking, standards, and then I look at myself, and I mean, there's really what I think hurts me most, at least in my own eyes, is the money. That's what I allow to be a problem is my money.
Yeah.
situation.
Like,
Does
no,
that
you can't.
answer your question though? Because isn't the whole money still being part of mentally stable?
Yeah, just
No, because if you're
general.
mentally, if you're
If you're thinking
I'll
about the
say
money,
this.
you're not mentally
I'll say this.
stable.
you're kind of mind fucking yourself. It sounds like.
yeah, it does.
Yeah, because my most recent relationship, I learned so many things. That's the thing, though. I'm a fast fucking learner, but I am stubborn. For being someone so smart, I
player.
can do a lot of dumb
you're
shit.
stubborn as shit. I can tell you that.
You know what I mean?
Wait, so what's the true answer of his question? It would be what answer do you think he's giving you?
No, because I lived what you said. I lived it too fast. Like I allowed things to happen too fast, and then there was a lot of shit that I ran into towards the tail end, even as we lived together. That I was like, I didn't even notice that shit, But looking back on it, it made sense, and it's like, to be fair to both people, I should have asked better questions and set better boundaries. And I've only recently learned how important boundaries are. You know what I mean? So when I say that I'm upset, or I get kind of fucking frustrated when someone's playing like text games and shit, if it's a boundary, like for me, it's about communication. And if they can't clearly communicate that they want to set a boundary, and it's more just like them being like, oh yeah, whatever, then that's different. But if somebody were like, I just want to create boundaries, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Then in my head, I know that. But the thing is, what I'm saying is a lot of girls in particular don't want to have to communicate those things. They want guys to be able to just know that. Again, it's the dance. It's the game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the game, Phil.
I know.
But
And what's going to happen the day that you meet the girl that has 7 of the 10 things you like?
I know.
It's like, no, she doesn't have all 10. Fuck that. Or you find the girl that has all 10 things and she's like, nah, fuck you. I don't
Yeah,
do
which
what the
probably
fuck.
has happened. Yeah.
and your answer was still really long for something that was just a yes or no.
Well, you're just being a bitch and complaining.
No, I'm not. I'm getting to the real facts of it. Did he answer your question fully, or do you think he's like?
Am I skipping around the question?
No, I got it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so shut the fuck
Fuck
up.
you! I'm just
Keenan.
making sure.
Keenan,
bitch.
let's answer this.
Hell no, I'm not ready for that shit.
You're not ready for love?
Oh, love. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you
Sorry,
are you
sorry.
mentally ready for love?
No. No, I'm not. as much as I would want it, I know deep down I'm not ready for that.
And what's your thing holding you back? Or I thought money was my problem. What's yours? You think?
A whole bunch of things, because it's money, it's where I'm living, it's my life goals, and well, I mean, like actually my life goals are kind of set, but it's like how I'm getting to where I'm going is not ideal for two people. It would be great if the other person understood that, and if that's the case, then that is straight up perfect. But yes, it's the whole living situation that I'm at, my current job situation, my current finance situation, my current spiritual situation, my current all that stuff. There's a whole
You're still
bunch of
figuring
shit.
out a lot of things.
Yeah. Now, to help out or to, I guess, piggyback or agree with Joe in this aspect, if love comes my way, I will not shoo it off. Yeah,
That's right.
Because I've been obviously on this podcast for like 3 seasons saying, I want this kind of woman. I want this kind of woman. I'll take any
true.
woman,
His
please.
business
You know,
has
whatever.
kinda been out
Putting
there.
it out there.
I need a woman to be tall. I need a woman with long legs. I need, you know what? Fuck it. I'll take any woman. You.
There was a period where if she was homeless, it was going to be okay.
Yeah, and I know
Like,
that's a
fuck
right or
it, I
die
have a
chick.
basement.
Yeah, exactly. You have a place to live. You have food. You have a shower. Yeah, like
Come find me.
Syph, are you feeling like you're mentally stable enough to find love now, as long as it's organic?
Yeah, now, yeah.
Got it.
Back then, I wasn't.
Gotcha. What does it mean to be mentally stable for a relationship in the context you're talking about?
I don't think mentally stable, but just like mentally ready. Because I think because you know how I like studying people a lot. I like reading people.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people ain't ready to be in a relationship.
What is like 1 or 2 things that they need to have in place in order for them to kind of be ready? In your opinion, of course.
My opinion, you got to love yourself before anything.
Hey.
I mean, sad to say, like I notice a lot of, I don't want to just say women. I'm sure there's guys out there too, but there's a lot of women who don't love themselves. So how they gonna possibly love someone else?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen women that don't love themselves and can't even be a mother to their kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just really that, because there's some people, I've seen some people that are older and I'm like, damn, she or he's like 40, 50 years old and they're acting like they're in high school and shit, middle school. Like, what the hell? They're way too old for that shit. Then there's others that they seem like they get in, then they're truly ready. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's what it was. Because even on myself, when I was looking back, I was like, man, like back then, didn't matter who I ended up with. I wasn't ready to be in a relationship, period. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah, that makes sense. I remember a specific time when my past relationship was like kind of on the brink of like just like no return. There was a period where eventually I even admitted, I was like, I'm just not happy with where I am as a person. Like career wise, everything. I remember admitting that to them, and I was like, and I think it's contributing to the problems that we're facing with each other.
Yeah, because I feel like doesn't matter how great or perfect the person is, if you're not ready, it's not gonna work because you're not ready. It doesn't matter how patient they are or how incredible they are. It's just you're not ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You don't have to be perfect. You just have to love yourself a little bit. Honestly.
Yeah. No, a big point. How can you love
do you
others
love
when you don't love
yourself,
yourself?
Silly?
You know what? I've been working on that a lot, actually. The last, I want to say 4 or 5 months. I've been really learning to appreciate whatever it is that I am as a person, because I've spent a lot of my life thinking that having the ability to do something, right, whether it's learning marketing skills, learning singing and writing and any kind of skill, I've been placing a lot of my own value on the things I can do as opposed to the person I am. And so only recently have I been taking that dive and like being like, do I just like me as a person in general, you know? And as I reflect on sort of my behavior, granted, I'm not perfect and I made a lot of mistakes in my last relationship. I do see some things where I'm like, that was pretty fucking dope. Like, so I'm not worried about whether I can be a good boyfriend or not. I know that I can, right? Just like I think I'd make a fucking dope ass father or husband too. Like I'm pretty confident about these things now. As I reflect, will I make mistakes? For fucking sure. You know, and as a person in general, I'm still working on just accepting me for me being me. Like, I'll admit that. I'm still working on it. Especially because I'm afraid I don't have a sense of humor unless it's deprecating. Unless it's making fun of myself, I don't know how to, which is why I'm so fucking stubborn, right? And I can be a sort of a weird energy to be around if I'm not in a good mood, because I don't know how to make it into a joke. If I get into a mood, I don't know how to make that into a joke. And it's like any good musician, it's usually the most relaxed people that make the best music, you know? And so it's like, I think I need to learn how to chill the fuck out sometimes, you know, because it makes for a vibe that isn't conducive to any kind of relationship. And I think once I learn how to do that, and part of it has a lot to do with, I think, how I feel about myself, where one can be relaxed. So I'm working on it.
Okay.
I can be honest about it. Can you, Cianan?
Yeah, but
It's a competition all of a sudden.
Do you love yourself?
hell no.
You love yourself every night.
Every morning, I'm a morning person. I wake. Yeah.
Man.
I get a little love on my stomach sometimes.
You get a little love on your stomach sometimes.
Pancakes for breakfast.
Disgusting.
That's nasty. What I was thinking about saying next.
He's actually red.
I know.
He is actually blushing.
I was gonna say I play with him a little bit.
Oh my god!
He swirls it, does designs on his
I wait till it
stomach.
crust up and I start chipping.
He said belly jelly.
Syphon's like, what the fuck is going on here?
They allow me to be myself
I
here.
told-
so
I told
They
you.
should.
That's
That's
the
cool.
problem.
He's like, oh, all
That's
right,
the
man.
problem.
Hey, man, at least you love yourself. You play with yourself. You love yourself.
Yeah, no. Well, two things. One, I was gonna say I was asking you a yes or no question. You went on this whole tangent again. But second, so short answer no. Long answer, just like Philly, I am working on more of not just love, but more of appreciation and self. What's it called? Self. Not encourage. It's kind of like encouragement or
Self-confidence
confidence. Yeah, that's it. Those two more important than self-love.
Okay.
Yeah,
for you.
for me. Yeah.
Okay.
I fuck with that.
Okay. Syphon, did you ever have to do work to like learn to love yourself, or is that something that just always came naturally to you?
Thank you.
We can come back to that. We can ask Joe because I already know Joe's answer. He's gonna be like, "Fuck yeah, I love myself."
Yeah,
But
nah.
that might just be, what he says, and it may not be true.
Secretly,
yeah?
he's crying at home.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. No, I always love myself. I've always been cocky as fuck.
Yeah, you've always been able to see like what you bring to the table.
Yeah, I think it's other issues that I had to work out.
Okay.
Like I guess you could say like I guess the environment, how I grew up.
Okay.
But
yeah.
I always loved myself personally.
Okay.
I've always been cocky because I've always been a goal-oriented person. I don't know if you noticed, I set a goal and I always say it.
You've
and
definitely actually always accomplished it.
then, I always accomplish it. And I set higher goals and people always stare at me like, what the fuck? Like, you can't do that. You know what I mean?
But you've always done it. You've always been able to do it.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I can say without question is true about you, is you've set a goal and you've actually stuck to it. Like you stick to them. And consistency is so hard, especially for me.
That determination's killer because I definitely procrastinate like mad crazy when I have my goals set. And it's just, especially when somebody gives me a PlayStation 4. And I'm just like, sitting there.
He's trying to say
give it
Joe's
back.
making his life harder.
once
give it
he
back
come to
then.
my house.
Okay.
It's an
I'll be there
incentive
tomorrow to
because he
pick it
never
up.
visits me.
I'll be there tomorrow to pick it up. That's it.
What time?
Right after I get off work. Yeah. Don't worry about
Come
it.
by lunch.
No. Okay, I'll take it away from you sooner. You're right. Okay.
Wait, is it loaded with?
Has it really restricted you that much?
heavily? I really think that when my PlayStation 4
Are you kidding
like
me?
busted up on me, like that was a sign, like that was some divinity of like, Cianan, you need to. This is all very, very distracting.
He's ungrateful,
You need
Joe.
to actually.
No, he's
No,
not.
I'm
No,
very grateful.
I appreciate the fact that he's recognizing that the fucking PlayStation is fucking with him.
Big time.
All right, well then
Yeah.
I'll take it away.
Yeah. That's why I was like,
Meanwhile-
No, that's my fault.
Yeah.
Like if he started making progress in what he was doing, and then I'm hindering him, then I'd rather just like take
You
it
hurt
back.
Joe's feelings, bro. You better say you're sorry.
No. This doesn't hurt my feelings at all. This
Joe's
like
feelings cannot be hurt. He's a very like.
rock.
Oh, no, bro. Everyone's human,
No, but it's true. I was once I got laid off from my job, I thought it was a good opportunity to actually start something going on. But I slacked off and I didn't really put myself deep into the business, as I'm pretty sure you might have when you were doing your music stuff. So when I started making a little bit of money from what I was making, I was like, okay, I got to do some real effort. As I started to put in real effort, my PlayStation 4, Borderlands 3 just came out, and it kept crashing on me. And I noticed I was there playing for hours and hours when I could be doing my business, and I wasn't. And then it kept crashing. I got so frustrated. And then from that frustration, I just let it collect dust and just started working on using the free time to work on other stuff.
Your stuff.
Yeah. And and the same thing, my computer crashed. There were a whole bunch of things like didn't work or function properly for me that kind of forced me to be at my house just working on myself or business or whatever. Like, I don't know.
Since I handed you that PlayStation 2 weeks ago,
The temptation has been hard.
You want to know the answer, don't
Yes.
you? It is in its bag still.
So you haven't touched it at all?
Opened it.
look at you.
Yeah.
Then I'm not going to take it away. But that's a shitload of self-control, man. I look at you. Dang.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's
I
dope.
got a question for you.
Oh yeah.
Do you love what you do?
Yeah, a lot. And something just came up. It won't hinder it. It may or may not, depending on where it goes. If I get sent out to another country, but
Hey, if you ever need a sign, he makes signs.
yeah,
That's true.
we can talk later. About
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah, like he does like LED signs. The ones that you've seen like LR post and shit.
That's you?
That's him.
That's me.
Oh, you just did my roommate shit. KBZ?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Nice. You like it?
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. It took
You know
me.
how many hoes are staring at that now?
Hey.
Really? Damn.
Set up the mood swing.
Hey.
No shit.
Look
Invite-
at Keenan
invite
getting a
me over.
stiffy right now. Really? All the hoes?
He's gonna pull up to your crib and be like, "Hey hoes, I'm here."
Just butt ass naked, just sitting in your room. He's
And
like,
Syphon's gonna be like, bro, I thought you were gonna be cool.
He's like, I thought
I
you were
am
gonna be
cool.
I'm cool. I'm here for the hoes.
But a lot of people looking at that stuff. Yeah, I'm hoping. I mean, that's the sign. I mean, like when people started noticing, and I was thanks to them too, because I built Collabo sign, and I did.
You never did shit for me.
I didn't, but the support of Joe,
Yeah, of
that
course.
he posted. I mean, got me more clientele and people interested. That's never happened to me before.
I mean, Joe was one of the first people before Keenan made signs. Keenan had made these water
Oh
fountains.
yeah, he bought a water.
and Joe
fountain.
was like, "I'll fucking buy something from you, man." You know, and I probably, you know,
It didn't work that well, but it
It
functioned.
eventually broke. Yeah.
and like it's cool to see a homie like sit there and just take his shit seriously.
But you made that shit like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
The water.
Yeah, the water fountain.
like 3-4 years.
And it
ago.
just recently broke.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh nice.
And the thing is, like, Keenan loves to build shit. More
I do.
Than anything.
That's my thing.
And
Yeah.
he can do more than just signs. Like, this dude went to school to fucking be a mechanical engineer and shit.
So I pretty much can build anything within time and financial reasons. I mean, yeah, if you ask me to build a rocket ship, I can do that, but it's going to take some time.
Like,
and
I
some
don't
money.
know. I can't work a fucking hammer or a screwdriver for shit. So when I needed anything, I'd always be like, "Yo, Keenan, let me buy you some pizza, bro."
that's
Which
the-
is fucked up because I
yeah.
should have just paid him for it. You know what I mean?
I know he bought me pizza and beer, but I drove to his house, the symbol of our friendship.
Yeah,
I literally
yeah.
drove to his house.
So I'm a bad friend. You know, be more like Joe and less
Yeah.
like Phil in that respect.
But I noticed. I'm not sure if you noticed this in your work, and you might have because you work with it a lot and you go to school to it. But the things that you do and manipulate can seem easy to you, but to other people, it's like it's
Rocket
like
science.
blowing their heads. Like, how did you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing that I went for Philly, and it's kind of cool. And I like that. So that's all that building and constructing stuff does come a little easy to me, but still within some range of a little bit of difficulty, depending on.
Which is
you know,
weird,
what it
right?
is.
Keenan's like this manly handyman, and then like you hear him talk. No,
Whatever. That's why
crazy.
there's no hose around me.
Man, because mechanical engineers normally design, right?
For the most part, it's weird the different variation points that we can be a part of because mechanical engineering is involved in like the assembly line for making this bottle and going down the track. I mean that was my focus was machine design. So I would design the machine that put the bottle cap on as it went along. Same thing for this recording mic, these mic stands. This is all mechanical engineering right here. Like it varies.
Yeah, because one of my main producers is a mechanical engineer. That's why I know.
Shit.
He'd be like designing screwdrivers.
Oh,
and
Space,
shit.
yeah.
Oh, no shit.
Mechanical engineer.
Hey,
I did that so
why
I
he's
could
balling.
be. Yeah.
Space. That's right, man.
And a good amount of them,
Shout
they
outs.
get into that industry, they can make a good amount of money.
Oh yeah.
He does machining, right?
I don't know what he does. They design stuff for companies. Like a company will come and they just like basically design stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
I
Research
feel
and
bad,
development,
man,
prototyping.
because Space hit me up, actually. This is a super tangent. He hit me up and he was like, yo, let's go out to the clubs, man. And I was like, oh, man, I know I seem like a fun dude, but I'm the most boring person you could ever hit up
I'll
for
go.
anything.
I'll take your spot.
And I felt so bad because I know he's dope as fuck. And I was like, oh, man, this is going to bum you out, but I don't even drink, bro.
Hey, be glad he didn't go.
Oh,
yeah.
really? Like somebody get shot?
He's he's not like that. He's cool.
Okay.
Because he's like he's Indian, so it's funny. He's like a tall Indian cat that looks Puerto Rican.
Yes, that's a good description.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then after he just goes hard, man, till like
really?
4 in. It's kind of like, bruh.
Oh, shit.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't handle that.
Maybe
I'd
two.
be interested to see what the dynamic with Cianan and Space is.
Interesting, because they both have the background in mechanical
Yeah.
engineering.
Just for that or like partying? I definitely go out.
just
Probably both. Actually.
yeah. Because you're fun. You like to party.
It's all. Keenan has his own hashtag. Always a good time with Keenan Duncan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, I guess he didn't get the memo that hashtags are supposed to be easy to type, but he has it.
Hey, it works.
I'll acronym it up. I'll shorten it up.
No, you don't have to do that.
No, Keenan,
But
you
it
can be
makes it
yourself.
unique.
Never make yourself smaller for others, Keenan.
I don't need to. It's never
Hey.
small. But yeah, I mean, it's I haven't been out. No, I have been out recently. Never mind. I was gonna say I haven't been out in a while, but no, I've been in some places.
Do you still make time to go out, Syphon? Do you still go clubbing and shit like that?
Nah,
Or
man,
only for
nah.
album release parties and shit?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Unless we're getting a bag to go do a
It used to be like you guys could be out all night, huh? Not anymore.
Yeah. You know why I think what ruined it for me is in the beginning when I started the whole engineering shit. I don't know. There was a point in time where I was making a shitload of money.
Yeah.
Like I landed like 2 different clients, and I was like, man, this shit's gonna last forever. I got like fucking all day book guaranteed. I don't got to worry about it. So I'm getting a crazy bag, and then I was like, fuck, where'd the money go? I didn't pay off my student loan. I didn't fucking buy a brand new car. Like I didn't do none of this. But what was I doing? I was at the club bottle service every night. Fucking
500 racks.
Yo.
Just-
Dude, that reminds me. You're exactly right. Especially nowadays, it's getting crazy stupid. Where I was just at a birthday party for Ray. Shout out to Ray. But I bought a beer at the bar he was at for $8. Then I went across the street to this other bar and bought another beer for $8 and paid obviously the tip. So 2 beers cost me nearly $20.
Yep.
yeah, shit adds up.
yeah, shit adds up for sure. Instead of just buying a fucking 12 pack or whatever. And like,
Yeah.
I think that's another reason why I have issues going out, even like with women, because I don't like women who like to go out too much. Because it's like, girl, that shit adds up.
Yeah, no shit.
Because you're the type of guy that isn't just gonna make them pay and shit, right?
He's frugal with his finances now.
That shit is changing. It used to be.
Oh, the guy would buy the drinks?
It was always expected, yeah. But median, like the trend is now that most homes have dual incomes and shit like that, and most girls are willing to pay now.
Well, that's what I'm attracted to. Like to me, it's like when a woman
Miss
can
Independent, huh?
Yeah.
Has
like,
has
I like
a woman
that.
paid for drinks for you before?
Oh yeah, buy me gifts, everything.
Ah,
Hey.
nice. I got that happen to me once. It felt great. It was awesome.
Yeah,
my shining glory.
It was kind of cool. It was kind of cool to have like a girl pay for something, and that definitely makes a strong impression. You know what I mean? But that's not the only thing.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
know,
the only
man.
thing. Keenan's like, I don't know if I got a sugar mama.
Felt pretty good to me.
You're right though. There's definitely something to be said, like, because the last thing you want to be with, like, if you're in a certain position where you can do things and then you're with someone who doesn't have the same position, it can make the relationship feel awkward when suddenly you have to pay for everything, even if they don't like want you to. It's like when they can't go out with you to, let's say, whatever you're doing because they don't have the money. It makes it weird.
Do you have something coming up? Some music release party thingy?
Now as of now, we got like shows lining up maybe for a few months, but close by, none yet.
I need to come out to one of those shows, man.
Same here.
My
Gets
bad.
litty.
My bad.
We are gonna go ham though whenever we strike a deal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the last time we're gonna go crazy in the club.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
All right.
Just remember Noob podcast.
This guy.
I will.
Oh, he won't forget us.
I know. I'm like,
This guy.
just walking outside. Hey, can I get in? I know those guys.
Keenan can build a door for the club just to get in.
But see, that's always been my thing about you. I try not to take like, I'm not, I don't really want to like, I don't bother you, because I know your time is limited. I know my time is limited. So it's like,
Thanks for
I'm
coming.
not about to waste your time. And I've had this conversation with you before as well, as far as like letting others waste your time. It's like, it's unnecessary. Like, that's why I don't,
You're a real homie though, Joe. I don't think you'd be wasting Syphon's time if you hit him up.
I
Right?
know,
Tell him, Syph. He's clearly he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it.
You could be like, yo, Syph, let's go Korean bar. We haven't done that shit in a while.
Damn.
You know
That's
what?
it.
We just
We're gonna
found
set
a
up a
Korean
Korean
barbecue
barbecue.
down the street.
We
There's
gotta,
like one
we gotta
down here.
set up a Korean barbecue.
I've never known Syph to say no to Korean barbecue.
Food, period.
You're right, dude. We're way overdue. And I always send Syph a text where I'm like, I'm so sorry, man. He's always like, come on, man. It's all good. But seriously, let's go get some food.
Yeah. What's your first interaction with them? Do you know them since high school or something?
No,
or?
we met. Well, you guys met earlier than me, right?
Yeah.
But through LR, no?
Yeah. I think it was out of high school.
Oh, it was? Okay. So mid 2000s, you guys all met.
Fuck, how far back does it really go, man?
LR introduced us.
Shout out to LR. I don't think he listens to the podcast. If I'm being
I
honest.
think you're right.
It was
Probably
like
busy playing
2000.
2K right now.
It was like 2010 or.
Oh, okay.
It had
So it
to
wasn't
have
that
been like
it wasn't long
2010.
ago.
Did I go to
2009
school for the
even,
first time already? Or not yet?
You were going.
At the time?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so it's 10 or 11.
Yeah.
Back when you had the KRKs?
Do you remember what they were like when you first met them?
Joe was skinnier, right?
Or like
Man,
people
same.
the same? Oh, okay.
It'd always be the same thing, just crack jokes, fuck around.
That's
okay.
true. That's
Yeah.
true.
All right.
Positive vibes, energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember though, man. I remember.
Korean barbecue.
Dude,
Throw it up.
that's
what
been a
up?
tradition for sure.
For real, it has.
And see, you want to go see Syph's the perfect guy to go to Korean barbecue with because it's not just gonna be one round. The last couple of times I went to Korean barbecue, you get one round and people are like, "Oh, I'm done. I'm done."
You're like, no.
You know what I mean? It's like, why are you paying all you can eat if all you could eat was one plate? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
True. That is true.
Philly, you're fucking fat. Bro. You're such a fat ass. Philly, I don't know a skinnier guy that can consume as
really?
much food as Philly can. Like,
Oh, my
Izzle.
God.
oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Is
Oh, yeah?
Syphon's brother is.
Okay.
That motherfucker can eat too.
Okay.
You see, there's
All
this
right.
hormone called ghrelin that tells your body when it's full.
God damn it.
Is this in a book you read?
No, it's in a genetic. So there's just like 23andMe. There's another one
It
called.
wasn't a book. It was an essay written by such. Like, oh, fuck.
There's a company called Fitness Genes. You can download your data from 23andMe and upload it there, and then only pay instead of paying like full price again. You can. It's like $25, and they'll help you understand your genetics fitness wise. Whether you have like athletic genetics where you can actually build muscle really fast, and even down to muscle and exercise, diet and exercise plans. It's pretty interesting. I'll send you the link. You might actually be interested.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? It's
trying to
super
drop right
cool.
now.
Yeah, like it tells me like I actually have the highest baseline of adrenaline a human can possibly have. I should not be drinking caffeine like ever because I don't need to. I could drink a glass of cold water and it would do the same thing to my body that coffee does.
damn.
Like my genetics has that shit. And yet I'll drink like 8 cups of coffee a day, bro. So my cortisol is way
He's
the
always
fuck.
lit.
That's what he's like. Oh,
He's
that's
always
the
lit.
reason. We've been wondering for years why you're acting like
I'm the
that, Philly.
complete opposite. You know when's the only time my adrenaline rises? When it rains.
For real, that's when you get stressed out.
Like
Nah,
the
like
rain,
the-
rain?
Yeah,
Like
like I
weather?
love the rain. Like that's the perfect time for me. I'm
It
always
unlocks
like
your powers?
lazy bumming it. Yeah. When I see the rain, like it gets my creative just
No
feels
shit.
crazy. I leave the
Oh,
door open right there in the
wow.
balcony.
For real?
He's the guy that'll just like go to the balcony and just stare out.
I
It's
want to
raining.
go outside.
He's holding the glass
in the
like
rain.
he's absorbing the energy of the rain, and he's like,
There's a word for that, man. It's
We're
called
gonna make-
pluviophile.
Really?
Yeah, pluviophile. I think Joe's actually he gets turned on by rain too.
Oh, you better believe it. I get a little stiffy, you know. It's just like
I'm surprised you guys don't like living in like New York and shit because That's an everyday thing, bro.
Nah,
Or
it's
San
LA all
Francisco.
day, good. All LA all day.
Have you
good.
been to New York, Syph?
Nah, not yet. Hopefully soon, man.
Where-
That's where all the labels are at.
Yo,
Where have you
seriously, let's set that up.
You got it
Where have you been?
I know the spots, so I'll take us to all the music joints, dude.
on here.
Keenan's
when
like,
are we doing that?
Keenan's like, wait, bitch, what? I want to go. That's right. Keenan needs to go too. He's
Yeah.
been wanting to go to New York.
Big
Joe,
into architecture.
Joe doesn't even fuck with New York.
Because
So.
and he's been there like 3
Yeah.
times.
I've been there, but I don't.
Joe actually went out to New York and fucking he helped me go see the John Leguizamo show out there. It was pretty dope.
With Melly Mel, right?
Yeah. It was dope. It was. I'm glad
Yeah,
they came
my
out that
sister.
way. They were doing. He was doing some work out in New York, and then just so happened to coincide with all of us there. Super fucking fun, man.
How was work, by the way, Joe?
I'm killing it, man.
You were at
what to tell
Coachella?
I was over at Indio, Thermal, all that little Coachella Valley.
Okay.
I'm doing a show. One of my clients is doing a show called 4x4. It's sponsored by Land Rover, and Anderson Paak's actually the
headline.
Yeah,
Wait,
headliner.
so it is a concert.
Yes,
They're calling it a music and adventure festival.
Okay.
So they're gonna have music. We did the main stage. They're doing music, but at the same time, since it's sponsored by Land Rover,
Huh?
Land Rover did like an obstacle course that you can
yeah.
bring your Land Rover and
Nice.
drive through this obstacle course. They're
Sick.
doing like rock climbing. They're doing like canoeing. They're doing all kind of like different adventure shit.
Sounds like
you know?
extreme sports.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're calling it adventuring.
Whitewater
Yeah.
rafting and shit. Dude, I
No,
would
they don't
never
think
do
they
that
have
shit.
whitewater. But I mean, the spot is fucking crazy. It's
Yeah?
nuts. The place is crazy.
And you guys are setting up the stages for
And,
all that?
Yeah, we already did it. I was there all week, and it's crazy. I got fucked. Like on my
gonna say
way
I got
over there.
fucked
No, on my way over there, like I started feeling weird, and like I had been
Got
sick
sick?
that whole week.
Oh,
So I'm like
man.
working and sick as fuck, and working and
Can't
sick
even
as
enjoy
fuck.
the
Like,
experience, huh?
it was pretty stressful because I have a lot of shit that I have to do. You know, like I have a lot of goals that I have to meet.
And you're not feeling 100.
and I'm
yeah.
like, I'm already like at 60%. Like,
Do you have pictures
HP
of
is
the
low.
stage?
yeah, I actually
Kinda wanna see what it looks
I
like.
have some pictures. Yeah, I'll show
And
you.
because Keenan loves designing and building stages like that. and shit.
Yeah,
Do you get to hang out with the artists sometimes?
Nah.
No. That seemed like it'd be like an easy, because you guys build the stages and shit.
Yeah,
Unless you're a roadie.
roadies
You
get
should
to.
probably- a lot of these artists like they just like to stick to themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
They
their
don't like
privacy.
if they don't know you, they don't like it.
Wow.
Gotcha. That makes sense, I guess. Which is weird. Maybe that's why it never worked out for me because I tend to be a pretty open person. You know what I mean? Like if and I say this now, but maybe I'm full of shit. And if I ever did become famous, I'd change. But
When you become famous.
I feel like I'd be like the complete opposite of that. If I saw people because sometimes all people need is a fucking shot. But I guess you only want to be with that whole no new friends, mentality. But I don't know if that's necessarily good. I think I'm always, and it gets me into trouble. But I always like to give people the benefit of the doubt until proven otherwise. You know what I mean? Like, all right.
Are you mostly friendly with these artists and they just like blow you off? Like, who are you kind of thing? Or
Like if you go to a show and somebody's like, "Oh, I heard the thing you did with the what? We should link up or whatever."
Nah, it's always been love. Well, then again, I'm the type of dude like that. I stick to myself too. Like I don't
okay.
kiss ass. I don't talk. Like I don't speak unless I'm spoken to.
Yeah, that's kind of
okay.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
So anyone who does like approach me, it's always been love.
You're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, like okay, right." Actually, yeah, there's some dope people that I'm in the middle of talking to about shit. I wanna introduce maybe your way. Hold me to that after this. In fact, on the 23rd, if you have the night free and you want to join me at the same location, I'm shooting a little video for them, and it'd be a great opportunity to meet and just talk about shit. If you happen to be in town, all right?
Yeah, just let me know the
Ahead of time so you can put on
too.
calendar. All right.
Yeah, because my son's birthday that weekend too.
Oh,
so,
really? Hey, he's an Aquarius.
Yeah,
Hey.
Okay.
gonna be 11.
But this is a Capricorn time now, right?
Oh, that's right. Hey, Keenan, your birthday's coming up next week,
Capricorns
right?
only.
Next
yeah,
week?
yeah, next week Wednesday. I'll be
Shit,
doing my
piece of
little
shit.
train ride, huh?
Whoa.
Oh, they're running a train on you. They're running a train on you. Is that what's happening?
It's 30,
Oh,
36
all the guys,
people. Yeah.
Keenan's nickname is Bubbles.
All the guys. What's the safe word?
Joe.
Oh,
Shit, okay.
he's nasty, bro.
So how do you feel about this potential war that we almost like?
Oh
came up
wow,
through?
what a
Do
tangent!
you follow?
Transition.
You
man.
follow politics and world news and stuff like that?
Man, to be honest, not really.
This is good.
And
This
I
is
don't
good.
blame you. I
Because
don't blame you.
Everybody talks about it and posts on Instagram. You think everybody knows what's going on, and
Everyone's a
Lo and
fucking
behold.
expert, right? A social
Yeah.
justice expert.
Man, I don't, because to be honest, I had some friends surprisingly came up in politics.
Oh, yeah?
Surprised that shit's rigged.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's kind of, to me, it's kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, no, you're
It's
right.
rigged.
A lot of that shit is set up, man.
Yeah.
Like people think they have a choice between Coca-Cola and Pepsi, but the truth is the big umbrella corporation on top of that shit. Like, take a perfect example. You have Unilever that owns both Axe and they own Dove. And yet the branding and messaging for those two brands are completely opposites of each other, where Axe promotes a lot of the, do you want to get the bitches? Wear this and you'll smell like it, which by the way, bitches hate Axe. Just so you guys know, all right? It's
you
true.
mean women?
Yeah. Right? And then
Look at him. Look at him.
and then the opposite. I'm just making a point here. I'm not trying to be like
By
specifically.
the way, bitches hate Axe. And then there's Dove, and the women absolutely love that.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's Dove, and it's all about woman empowerment, being able to have that purity and all, which is fine, right? But it's ironic because they're both owned by Unilever. So there's these two messages that are a company spewing out, and politics is no different. When you get to any level of like conglomeracy, there's a umbrella corp literally running shit and pushing the pieces, and it's not conspiratorial. It's
What's Unilever?
Unilever?
Is that a website?
No, that's the name of the company.
company.
It's the look
But what
on
do
the
they
back.
do?
Look on the back of any Axe can or on the back of the Dove shampoo, and you'll see it looks like the California state or whatever, and then it'll say Unilever, right? Just like Nestle owns a bunch of shit, and every other company they own shit, but they're like opposing messages. And the truth is I mean, just look at we buy bottled water. How fucking ironic is that, right? We need to buy clean water, but yet our taxes don't pay enough for that? Why hasn't somebody proposed a tax bill that takes enough taxes out of our paychecks to pay for clean water?
Hey, that should be overwhelming. No, just say that. Like when I go to the water store, it's like, fuck, why can't I just get water? I'm reading like all these different kinds, what
Yeah.
they fucking
Yeah.
do.
This
how it
is
benefits your
pH
body.
balance. This
Yeah.
is it. It's clean fucking water.
I'm like, bro, I just want to quench
Well,
my
they all
thirst.
come from
Right.
glaciers up north.
Do they, Keenan? Do they
they
really? No, I'm serious. I
Don't
can't
you watch
believe
How It's
clean
Made?
water is in fucking industry, a private sector industry. That's the most ridiculous thing I've
You
ever
think it
heard
should
of.
be free?
No, but our
Oh.
taxes should be divvied up or at least put into a bill, and it should be a public thing. How can bottled water be privatized? How can clean water be privatized?
You
That's
know-
exactly why we have the problem with Flint, Michigan.
You know, we almost privatized air.
I
Almost
know
is
it's going to
tired,
come.
yeah.
They're
Yeah.
already having little oxygen parties and shit, man. Legit. Those are the things that we
used
should
to
be
call
worried
those
about.
Nas parties.
I remember those.
Wait. The balloons? I did that once. Never again. Never again.
What the fuck?
Joe looked like
was so sexy.
Joe looks like one of those dudes from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the big bureaucratic dudes, and you're not supposed to
God.
hear their poetry or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That's what Joe looked like. He had the fucking his whole chin was shaved. Joe had like eight chins right now.
You can't
Without-
even see it through my
Without
beard.
losing the point, though, just isn't that crazy? And we should, instead of politicians, we should be worried about policy, not politicians. And we shouldn't be concerning ourselves with who the fuck is running the policy. It's about what the actual policy is. You know, but you know, we don't get taught civics anymore. We barely pay attention in economics and business, and so that's why we're all at a disadvantage, myself included. I talk all this shit, but there's a lot I still have to learn.
So
Y'all
you,
at a disadvantage. No, Syphon and I are doing pretty well.
so you don't think any of that world would affect you in some way or form, or has it already?
The war and all that shit.
Well, I mean, and pretty much, yeah, anything general, and the war specifically because that came up. I
So he's
mean,
asking, do you fuck with the war?
Wait,
Side's like, I don't know how to tell you how much I don't give a fuck.
like,
how old is your
This
son?
bitch don't know about Pangea. Huh?
Hey.
How old is your son? Is he
He's gonna turn 11.
11?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Because
Fun fact: Pac-Man's coming on this TV show.
Oh, is he?
Hey.
Dave?
I negotiated that deal.
Hey.
nice. I have no idea what you guys are talking
Can
about.
I be on that show too?
This guy.
Can you negotiate me into that?
The first thing you would ask for him, you say you never
I
do
know.
that.
Hey, I want to fuck with Pangea.
But yeah, I mean, like,
the war.
because let's say as
Shout out
things
Lil Dicky,
progress,
what's up, noob?
your son turns 17, 18, and then we do have like some crazy war or something like that, and then there is some sort of draft or whatnot.
Don't fill his head with that shit, man.
I'm just saying.
Man,
Lil Syph ain't going nowhere.
yeah, that's what I'm working hard for.
That's
Okay.
right.
Yeah, shit, I'll start a war. They try
Oh shit.
to. Yeah, but I guess because my little brother's a Marine right now,
Oh okay.
and
So
he
you have
just
someone
came
there.
back from Syria. So if he goes, he's supposed to go back like next month. I think.
Oh, no
Wait, which
shit.
one?
March.
What?
Everything met him. Not at that. No,
Okay,
yeah,
okay. I was
yeah.
gonna say it's a rat. Yeah, okay.
Oh, it's from your dad's side.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was just curious.
He just got back.
yeah, like a month or two ago,
Oh,
and then he's gonna go back and do another term or something like that.
yeah.
Willingly or like
Yeah,
his
'cause he signed
commander
a
said.
contract.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I get it.
Yeah.
I think like a majority of people who have signed up, like they either had like no direction where they were going, or they were like, "Fuck, that might help with the college dollars," because it's fucking ridiculous.
You said you had student loans, right?
Who?
You did?
Yeah, I got student loans, which fuck.
Yeah.
For
Finally
days,
in the
huh?
ass,
Yeah.
No, but
Why?
I'm glad my little brother's doing that because he loves it. Since I was a kid, I remember he was on to that G.I. Joe shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, so I always knew it since he was small. He would say, "I want to do SWAT. I want to be SWAT."
Oh, really?
SWAT. Okay.
Yeah. So and that's
Well,
what he's
that's
doing
dope.
it for to
Yeah.
be SWAT.
Yeah. Nice.
Super dope.
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
that's a different story. Yeah,
Yeah, sadly. So if something did happen to him out there, at least I know that's what he wanted to do.
I see
Right,
what you're
right,
saying.
right.
Yeah.
Which is, it seems like that's a general philosophy that I'm getting in from this episode. That like, for you and the people you love, honestly, as long as they're doing what they love, you can't even be mad at how and where they are, huh?
Yeah.
That's a good philosophy to have. You're right.
Yeah.
Which is why it's so important to learn to love yourself, so you can know what you love, because you'll know yourself and you'll love it and all that shit. That makes a lot of sense, man.
Yeah.
It's weird how like if you don't love yourself, there are probably a lot of other things that you're involved in that have nothing to do with loving yourself. Because part of loving yourself is saying yes to things that are good for you and saying no to things that are bad for you.
Yeah.
Joe's like, I don't know, some things that are bad for me, I still say yes to.
Bad things make you feel good sometimes.
This guy.
Joe's a dirty fucking dog, man.
Look.
Are you about to make the case for some extracurricular activities?
No.
I expect that from Whiskey Joe.
Oh,
You
hey.
know Whiskey Joe.
I do know Whiskey.
He's one of the
How-
rare people that knows Whiskey Joe.
How bad does it get? How bad does Whiskey Joe get? Pretty bad.
That nigga's turn.
Whiskey Joe's.
I only came close. I never seen full on Whiskey Joe.
Yeah, you
Whiskey
haven't.
Joe, man.
Damn.
Whiskey dick and everything.
Hey,
Whiskey Joe don't give a fuck.
don't give.
Like, you know when Joe says he doesn't give a fuck when he's sober, and you're
Whiskey
like, yeah,
Joe
all
really
right.
don't give a
Whiskey
fuck.
Joe really doesn't give a
Damn.
fuck. That's the dark side.
Damn.
Is it dark though? Is it?
Joe turns into a real Sith.
Really?
For sure.
Oh shit.
You know what? I'm a man of vices. I'm a man of
consumer.
lust. I'm a man of consumption. Absolutely.
All the avarice. All of that.
I'll just.
That's crazy.
But I'm still functioning. I'm still able to do everything that I do, and I excel at it. So I mean, like,
Said I'm a functioning addict.
no, I like to have drinks. Like I do enjoy them.
What's wrong with a couple of Chardonnays?
What's wrong with a little Pinot?
We need to do that. We need to go out to like a dress up in suits and do like one of those Rat Pack thingies.
When's the last time you wore a suit, Si?
I hate that shit.
Oh shit.
He said, "Look at me, bro. I'm
the
buff."
answer solved. Problem. Okay, there goes
Think
that
like
one.
what was it, my first communion or whatever?
Damn.
That's what you do when
Yeah.
you're like 15. Or?
Yeah.
And you
yeah.
never wore a suit since then. Not even like business meetings and stuff. You don't have to wear.
He said, "This is my business meeting
okay.
suit."
Okay. What if DC?
You know, he
comes
just
calling?
puts thicker chains on. He puts thicker chains.
It's a suit chain.
No, so I'm working on that.
Hey, he said, "I'm gonna get me them
Hey.
chains, them
Hell
Cuban
yeah.
links."
Yeah.
You have no idea. Yeah, just
Hey.
yesterday I was a pack at the jeweler, and I was like, man, I gotta step my game. What am I doing in my life?
I need these chains,
Nah,
bro.
them buzz downs. When I seen the buzz down in person, I was like, man, that made me feel bad. I'm all hiding my rollie and shit. I feel all-
Is that
Yeah.
is that a goal to actually work with some music with DC Universe?
Wait, what?
Oh,
We were talking about
Where did
jewelry.
what are you?
Oh, because I
talking
mentioned it right before you said jewelry, and I thought I can tag on my question
Oh,
before.
I see what you're saying. Well,
That'd be more like scoring. I don't.
yeah, like film
but
scoring and all that.
I wouldn't mind doing. I'm not into sound design a lot. I do it,
Oh,
but I wouldn't mind doing it for DC just because I love it.
Right, some
okay.
ADR and
Yeah,
all
I'd
that
have
shit
some
for
fun
them.
doing
Yeah,
that.
that would be kind of.
Hey,
cool.
are you caught up on like Titans and shit?
No,
Oh damn, I'm not either.
I haven't even seen the human one that came out on the because they have a new.
Live
Oh,
action.
that's right.
Yeah.
How was
I
that?
haven't watched.
Is that
I
good?
watched that first season.
There's
The
a
first
live
season's
action
cool.
Teen Titans.
Yes,
But-
yes, there is. It was in the
yes.
movies.
But there's a show called the Doom Patrol. Doom
Same
Patrol
thing?
is fucking legit.
On Amazon or what?
Think
Is it
it's on DC Universe.
on? Is that like its own streaming service?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck, where have I been?
They're trying to compete. I mean, fucking Disney.
everybody's
man.
doing Disney's.
Yeah.
Doing it.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to do their own streaming.
But
now.
they have a show called
Interesting.
Doom Patrol, and I'm pretty sure Doom Patrol is going to come back in a couple months. But that first season, masterpiece.
Is that hindering us as a nation that or the
You
world?
maybe,
Not
yeah.
What do you mean?
that everything is being streamed, or you have to call like you can't watch what's on Netflix, that's on Hulu, that's on Disney, that's on HBO, that's on like all these networks are having. You have to pay for all these other networks to actually watch. What
Money
you
makes
want.
the world go
free
around,
or
bro.
what?
Well, I mean, I don't know. It just, I mean, like if I have a particular show on all these different platforms, I'm now dishing out.
Y'all
like,
missed the point. The
100
whole
plus-
point of capitalism. This is the society we live in. We live in a capitalistic society.
So why can't it be per show? Why do I have to buy the whole network?
Because
Well, you could Voodoo.
Oh, what?
Voodoo.
Oh yeah,
Voodoo?
well yeah, there's services
Voodoo?
like Voodoo that you could just purchase. What you can do it on iTunes. You can do it on. You can purchase whatever you want to purchase.
Oh,
The streaming services just offer the whole package. Like, but again, we live in a consumer capitalistic society where people make a product that others are gonna buy. Like that's just the way that life is. Like I don't understand why some people can't grasp that concept.
No, you're right. Like,
like
I,
I
like
said
one of the
earlier.
things I've always respected about Syphon is unlike other like places where like other people you'll work with who are like, yeah, I got a studio at the house. Syphon actually pays for all his plugins. He pays for all his software.
Yes.
It's like he runs a legit business where the shit that he uses, he dishes out those. And you know, audio software and audio plugins are not fucking cheap. So Syphon actually reinvests into his business, like
Nice.
real talk, and so it's part of the same thing, right? Like, and that's why he expects and can demand those bucks from his fucking clients. I'll be like, look, dude, everything I'm doing is as legit as it gets. Even the
Okay.
fucking wiring he buys, the Mogami golds, and you know, like all that shit. And
Shit adds up.
so
It
from
adds
the
up.
ground up, you built your whole studio. Where is your studio?
Studio City.
Oh, nice location.
studio in Studio City.
Or Universal City, whatever.
Yeah, Studio City.
That's sick, man.
doesn't matter.
That's cool. Well, I mean, name and nomenclature of Universal City or Studio City. It's in the same district.
Yeah, it's within the.
Are
Same.
you right by Warner Brothers?
No, I'm literally across the street from Universal Studios.
No shit. Nice. Awesome.
Sick.
Where Vivid Entertainment's at?
It was there.
Oh, you moved in? Okay.
Nah, it was. I used to joke like, man, I'm gonna go to work now. Then one day I was going home and I was like, wait a minute, something's missing. I looked to the side and the Vivid sign's gone. I was like, fuck.
Oh,
Damn.
damn.
The porn industry moved away from that area, huh?
We went
Is that-
somewhere.
So,
I think they're.
I say a lot of porn stars stay where I'm at.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
That's
Where
what the AT&T guys
is
say.
this the spot you're talking about?
Now Keenan wants to be homies, dude.
Yeah. I'll tell you off air.
Actually, yeah, Keenan is a fan of the bikini bars and the.
Yeah, I haven't been to any in a while. Yeah.
I've only been to a strip club 3 times in my life. 3
They hit me
times, and
there.
the third time it was just because it was a homie's birthday, and like I didn't know what else to do, and he wanted to go there, so I bought him a dance. But I've never bought a dance for myself. Like I don't know. I felt weird that like I walked in and there was all this attention that like I know these girls aren't interested in me as a person, you know, and they were like, you know, they'd walk by and like touch the back of my ear or something, and I'd look over and they'd be like, "You want to dance?" And I'm sitting there and I'm like, "Damn, this is what it feels like." Probably for girls when guys are like, "Hey, girl, let me take you out for dinner." Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's clearly a motive. You know what I mean?
Have you been
But
to?
I pulled strippers.
Oh yeah. Nice. Yeah.
He said they saw the rollie, they saw the chains.
No, no, this before the rollie.
Oh,
Damn, I was
okay.
pulling strippers before the rollie.
Facts.
Called them tenderonis.
Yeah.
It's the tattoos, bro. It's the tattoos. It's the composure. You know, you're
No,
sitting there.
It's the,
You know what I
it's
think
the
it is?
Je ne sais quoi.
What I noticed is women look at me and they're like, "Why isn't this guy up on me?" And then they start questioning, like, "Oh, what's wrong with him?
Yeah.
I want to fix him." It's
Want
like,
to
what the
fix
fuck?
things, huh?
Nothing's wrong with me, but I take a crack at it.
He said, "But I'll take a crack at it."
That's always been I absolutely agree with you. Like you don't have to show like a lot of interest for someone of the opposite sex to take an interest in you.
Interesting. So that's what I've been doing wrong. Huh? I've been too friendly.
Nah, it's not like it works with everyone. That's just me. I think me
Right.
personally.
You found that just works the best for you.
Not even that it works for me. It's just because that's how I am. But I noticed like that was a common reason
Common
why-
denominator, right? Gotcha.
Yeah, women I guess gravitate towards me because of that.
I'm too fucking like silly. Like if I'm
Silly as shit.
if I'm serious, it's not in an attractive way. It's more like, what the fuck is wrong with him? You know what I mean? Like the whole room will feel like the down. I have a downer energy about me when I get serious about
does.
shit. You know what I mean? Like it's
I've seen
weird.
that.
I don't know how to be serious about my shit in a way that is inspiring. Oddly enough, I have to be silly in order for me to feel like I can be inspiring. So there's a level I still have to grow. You know what I mean? To find that middle path, because I know it's there, and that's probably when I'm going to be my most effective. And that's that, because then I think what it comes back to is clear boundaries. And I think something that you, Syph, and Joe have in common is that you guys know how to create the sense of a boundary in a way that's like socially acceptable. Whereas like for me, if I create a boundary, it's almost kind of awkward, the boundary that I create. It's almost like, fuck, okay, and let's go fuck ourselves, you know, like whatever. Like I don't know how to create a boundary in a peaceful way. Suffice to say. So it's something I know I'm working on. Whereas Cianan, I mean, I don't know. Cianan, do you know how to create boundaries?
Did you have a comment?
I was going to say I wasn't paying attention for the past 5 minutes.
Cianan
Well,
just,
are you sure though?
I think so because
What if you just feel that way in your head, but it's not like that?
He does this all the
That's
time.
possible.
Philly is all in his head 24/7. 24/7.
And you said you were going to stop doing that.
But he can easily dish it out to give other people their stuff and what they need. When it comes to him,
What happened to Philly 2020?
I've tried to
Just,
like start reading so I can go to sleep, but it's like the biggest mistake because me reading anything, I start calculating and fucking.
So let's
you know
do
what I
that.
mean?
Let's prevent Philly from reading
Philly,
any. No, Philly can't read.
my gosh.
What?
Philly is the scarecrow in The Wiz. Michael Jackson's character in The Wiz.
Dude, I haven't seen that in a long ass time.
You
Dude.
can win.
I'm trying to remember the Scarecrow's role. What is it?
He always had something smart to say, but he was so dim-witted, like about reality and life. Like, but he always had the right like verse or the right thing to say. Like, he always could reference a book and shit like that. He was like, "Oh yeah," and then he'd pull out like a scripture from his chest, like, "Oh, I found this."
That's totally me.
And it says that we need to
Totally.
do this. But then when it came to actually living life, he was clueless. Like,
That's totally me. 100%. 100%.
But now, where do we go from here? Once you've realized that and accepted it, when we had to go on to the next.
Well,
step.
that's part of the idea, right? The self-acceptance part, right? That then comes back to full circle to what we were talking about earlier, where Syphon's like, I mean, do you love yourself? Do you feel mentally stable enough? And yeah, I think
See,
for
he
the
gave me an answer finally. He said, "Yeah." Simple.
No, what I'm saying is I think that's the one thing that I've been working towards. And ironically, right, it's just a thing you accept. And yet here I am working towards it. You see what I'm saying? Like, do you see how
He hasn't accepted it. He's like, I'm going to get there to that where I can start accepting
I can see it,
myself.
but give me some time.
I can almost imagine how annoying that must be in a relationship, right? Like, can you imagine being with somebody who's like, all right, cool, but we're going to work towards it. What's there to work? We're working towards that. It's constantly, it's probably a lot of fucking effort to be with me. Fuck.
We have this recorded,
Well,
so
relationship is a job in general.
Right. Right. I probably don't make it any easier though, is what I'm saying, you know? Although I don't know. It's
Don't
not a
think about it, Philly.
codependent thing,
Don't think.
but I'm actually at my happiest when I'm in a relationship. It's the fucking truth. I wake up earlier. Like I fucking feel inspired to be a better person. All that shit. I swear to God.
doesn't it
But
happen
why
to
though?
everybody?
Is it
I don't
because-
know. It just feels like
Except for
all
Joe.
right. I think if we're gonna psychoanalyze the whole situation,
Just
and,
you.
and just make it short and sweet. I think a lot of my familial problems growing up, like not having family and all that shit. I think the minute I start to build a sort of family,
What am I, chopped liver?
No,
Of course you are, but you're the best chopped liver.
Of course, but I think it's different. Like you have your actual family, right? So you have a unit, you have a thing that you do, and yeah, we link up every now and then, but it's like the same as like homies, right? Like, and I don't have homies, I only have family, so like everyone that I keep in my life is my family, right? But it's different than when you have that one thing that
Metaphorically speaking.
yeah. Like I don't know, there's just something about knowing that's taken care of that then helps me like take everything to the next level. It makes me want to be a better man. You know what I mean? Like actually work towards getting a better car, or like actually work towards having a house, or otherwise, like for me, I don't give a fuck, dude. All I need is pizza, and I don't want to be on the street. You know what I mean? That's all. Like that's the problem. Is I'm easy for me. There's not much I need in my life because I never needed much in my life because I never had much in my life. So for me, I'm okay. It was drilled into me to be grateful to have even a fucking drumstick, a chicken leg or whatever, right? That I should just be grateful. In fact, the older I got, the less food was on the plate and more tortillas I had to eat. Like that level of poverty, like, you know what I mean? Like, because everybody had to eat. So for me, a little was a lot. It's enough for me. But I get from giving. That's why I get so into like, but I started noticing that a lot of people will take advantage of that shit. And it started to feel really bad that people would take advantage of that. Like I would try to hook homies up with videos for shit, and then they'd be like, "Oh yeah, come to the party. Oh, but make sure you bring your camera," or that kind of shit. You know, and I want to do shit like that, but it's when they specifically start asking me for shit like that I start feeling like, oh, you're not really the homie. You know, you're specifically, and I don't ever want to make someone feel that way. You know, so suffice it to say, I think behind all this shit, why it matters to me to be with somebody is because it just makes me feel like I'm actually building something. Because for me, it's enough. I'm enough. I can read a book. I really am enough for myself. But I want more than that. I want to make somebody happy. I really do. That's like deep down inside, a real thing for me would be to just be able to make somebody happy. I don't want to be their happiness. I just want to be able to have opportunities to make them happy. If that makes any sense. It's weird.
It does. No, I mean, it's
You make me happy. Phil.
You make me happy. Simple Jack.
Sai, has there ever been like a moment when, because you're in the perfect industry for a situation to arise like that, where you're like, wait a minute, like I'm being kind to this person and helping them out.
They're trying to play you?
kind of low key trying to play me. Like, has there been a moment for you like that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
In the beginning.
in the beginning. Oh, okay.
But not so much now.
Nah.
Homie, don't play that shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm older. Like I just don't play it.
Okay.
But people used to try to like, y'all hook it up.
Yeah.
I think that's
But not-
happened to us too. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
You think it's happened to us on this podcast?
no,
That doesn't. It doesn't really offer the opportunity for that. It's kind of like we're just doing that shit.
Oh,
well, you want us to say that we handed you a bone?
no, that
You know,
I tried to come in with
I feel like Cianan is kind of the problem on the podcast.
Cianan, we
You see it too. You see it too, right, Scythe?
Little bit.
a
Random
little
question.
bit.
Wasn't there 4 of you guys before?
No. We've always only had 3, and then we would always
guest?
invite a guest.
Oh.
yeah, we always
Yeah.
invite guests.
Could have sworn because
They had
that's
2
why I
in
see
the
4
beginning.
people.
We might have had a guest like come more than once before, and honestly, we were like, damn, somebody's gonna be jealous because I think being on the podcast is a lot more fun than listening to the podcast, just because you get to be a part of this fucking like back and forth and all that shit. But it's still dope either way. You know, like I'd fucking love to have you back on. You were asking some good. What I like is you were asking questions. You know, you were like, let me put you guys on the spot real quick.
Oh, no, because I like learning. You know me.
And so you ask a question with a purpose.
Yeah.
How do you form a question? Is it usually only when you don't understand something, or is it because you're more curious than actually lacking understanding?
Both.
Both.
Yeah, but in your case right now, I was more curious because of the words you were saying.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he likes to meddle with his knowledge and make it all confusing. Simple
guy.
Philly.
Did you
Yeah,
just
some-
listen to that sentence?
Yeah. No, I get it. But technically, by him taking the long route, he basically answered my question that way.
He'll come around.
I always do. Yeah. I'm a little extra.
If you would have just said yes or no, I would have not.
Right, there
got
would have
shit
been
out
nothing
of it.
there, right?
Yeah, but when you started explaining, it's like
You know what's funny is like when we first got here, because Cianan showed up at the same time.
Crazy.
It's crazy because
Technically, I was here
I drove
first.
from. Well, yeah, you did.
I got
He just
lost.
missed it, and then he had to turn around. But as he turned around, I was also pulling up. But we got out of the cars and we're walking over here, and I'm like, "Have you listened to the show?" He's like, "No, not really. I'm not really."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, I mean, that's cool." I was like, "Just know that a couple of things are gonna happen here. We're gonna talk about, we talk about everything." And he's like, "Well, probably, I'm a man of few words." But he's been talking to shitloads.
Which is gangster. That's dope. That's a good sign.
Bam.
That's a good sign.
We bring out I don't know what it is, the energy that we bring out in people, that they just want to have a conversation.
It's
and start
honest
talking.
conversation.
It's
It's
just
honest
like,
conversation.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I bet you wouldn't even know that we've already gone almost 2 hours.
No.
Exactly. See?
And we have.
So with that being said,
He said, damn, hey, I gotta go.
he's like, oh shit, no. So with that being said, we've come to the soapbox talk of our
Soapbox.
show. Soapbox talk.
It's okay, Joe, you're
I'm
sick,
a little
I
under the
know.
weather. So soapbox. So what that means, since you never listened to the show, what the soapbox means is we give each person a moment to speak about something that they want to talk about, something they want to promote, something they want to shout out, whatever it is they want to talk about. They can talk about it without being interrupted. We always let the guest start first. Once the guest goes, and it could be about anything, as long or as short as you want it to be. We'll give you a moment to talk, then we'll move over to Cianan, move over to Philly, and then I'll close it out. So, Syphon, without any further ado,
Go ahead and
feel free to
promo, whatever you want to do.
whatever
All
you want
you.
to talk about.
Oh,
Go ahead.
man.
The world's your oyster. The world is your oyster, whether it's a message to the world or you just want to be like, yo, I'm dropping this album. It's all there.
Yeah, push
Nah,
whatever.
I mean, I'm retired, but nah. Well, yeah, man. Just make sure to check out my artist, Pac-Man the Gunman. Go to thereckingspot.com, WRECKING, because we wreck shit up. Yeah, check out the studio. And yeah, man, just remember that we're only here once. We only live once, so make the best of it. Love life, spread positivity, and keep going.
Hey.
Man, a few words.
That's that piece, y'all.
Cianan?
I like to ride on the positivity that you're flowing. It was awesome. To say that I love my mom. Yeah. We had a good moment today where we were to clean out the back area of the house, which was tore up and messed up by, I shall not name. But I had decided to help my mom clean it. It was the first time we got to spend a good couple of hours together that went by quick, just like this podcast. We didn't really have a bunch of exchange of conversation, but it was still a nice moment. It was weird because it was like the weather and the temperature was nice. There was a little breeze going, built up a sweat cleaning out the whole backyard. But it was still just like a one-on-one with me and my mom, and that was pretty cool. Yeah. It was good. Good day.
Okay. All right. Nothing but positive messages.
What the fuck?
That's crazy because, yeah, I mean, well, we're not allowed to comment on it. We're not allowed to comment on it.
That was fast.
Damn. I don't want to say that I didn't prepare anything, but the truth is I really didn't. But if this was the last day on Earth for me, I would just want to say at this table, thank you guys for fucking rocking with me all the way up to 2020. And I want to wish everyone at this table and you who is listening to this episode right now for rocking with us for 3 seasons, you know, a great fucking year, you know, whatever it is, whether you have a weight loss goal or a weight gain goal, whether it is you have a financial goal that you want to reach, or just you want a fucking relationship, whatever it is you want, whatever that is, I really hope you get one step closer minimum or actually achieve it before this year is over, because fuck it, why not, man? I want to see everybody win, and I do truly believe that there's enough, more than enough to go around, you know? Yeah. And hit me up if you guys ever want to eat pizza or tacos, you know, and you're local to me, because I don't really go far out of my radius. If you're on the west side of LA, I'm sorry, I love you. We can FaceTime. But otherwise, if you're close to downtown Koreatown, you know, I'll even go to Studio City. For Sci-Fi, I'd make the exception. Yeah, hit me up. I'm looking into becoming more social this year. Because I don't do shit but work at all, period. So I really need to learn how to have fun. I think it'll help me loosen up and stop being such a fucking grouch like Oscar the Grouch. So with that being said, peace, love, chicken grease. Hand it over to Joe.
Take us home, Joe.
Sweetie.
Why did you sound like that? What the hell?
Shut the fuck up. It's my turn.
Yeah, but it gave me a half chub, so I was like, what's going on?
All I hear is manly breathing on these headphones.
Let's see. Well,
He's getting comfortable.
I have a couple.
Getting extra the fuck out.
I have a couple. You know, I have a couple things that I just want to air out there. Want to put out into the spectrum of life. You know. Thanks for rocking with us, even though I'm sick. I drove 2.5 hours over here right after I literally came from my job site straight here because I did not want to miss this episode. You know, having Syphon on, we've been talking about putting him on for a while, and then we're in the 3rd season, and he finally came on, and I'm super appreciative of it because time is limited, and the fact that he was able to come through and not be a man of few words was fucking dope. Hey. So I appreciate you, Cy, for coming out. Second is by the time you guys listen to this episode, it'll be 2 days before Keenan's birthday. So if you listen to this episode, once you finish it, hit up Keenan, let him know, give him a happy birthday shout out. He's old as fuck. He's the oldest one in the room right now. Damn. He's a piece of shit, but I still love him. He's one of my best friends. Cianan, I fucking love you. Like, ride or die, you're my guy. I'm glad you're on this pod. I'm glad we're doing this together. You're celebrating another birthday. He's about to cry. Shut the fuck up. It's my fucking time.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just making noises. Oh, you little dick.
Fucking dick. Anyway, I've known Keenan for over 20 years, and I fucking love this guy till the day I die. So that's the second thing. Third is I feel love. Love is fucking love, man. Love it. You can't, like I said it again, you can't fucking read it in a book. And you can't choose. You can't choose love. Love is gonna choose you. For sure. 100% love is gonna choose you. 100%, you son of a bitch. But love is gonna choose you. And again, you can't choose who you love. And no, I'm gonna keep that at that, because love. Just remember love. Forever remember love. And you guys didn't ask me about love, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm the fucking embodiment of love. Like, I live and breathe love. Anyone I talk to, anyone I establish a relationship with, like, I end up loving those people, you know? I love you. I love you. I love you. I love people. You know, I love relationships. I love friendships. That I cherish those things. You know, I might not be around as often as I'd like to be. You know, might not be able to share the experiences that I want to share with people. You know, but in the end, people who know me, who have an intimate knowledge of who I am, know that I love them. You know, that I'll do whatever I can if they ever need me in a time of dire need. That I'm going to be there no matter what, because love is that. Love is just being there for the people, you know? So just remember that. Remember that love doesn't choose you. I mean, you don't choose love. Love chooses you. Finally, and this is my venting portion of the whole thing, is that I've noticed that I end up getting sick when I have strenuous situations. Like I've noticed that recently in the last 2-3 years, like I've undertaken like huge jobs, and I end up like getting sick in the process of going to do those jobs. And it was an epiphany. Actually, today I was speaking to one of my clients, and we were having a conversation about big jobs that we've done. And in multiple instances that I mentioned specific jobs that I had done, I noticed that I was sick during those jobs. So like, say for example, this job that I just did, huge job, it's like maybe a $200,000 job, you know, that I put together. Like I got sick. I did Facebook in December, and in the process of going and taking care of the job, I got sick. I got like a cold, and I think it's because I stress before I travel, and that anxiety hurts my immune system. And I mean, I honestly feel like I can't really do anything about that because I'm gonna be stressed about it. Like we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars on some of these jobs. So it's like, fuck. It's me thinking like, fuck, I'm hoping that my calculations were right. I'm hoping that, you know, the dimensions that I called out were right, that some of the drawings were right, you know. So there are a lot of variables that hit me. And maybe it's a lack of confidence. Maybe even though it's crazy because I'll go through these stressful situations, and my jobs are probably the best jobs that we do with the company. You know, like my employees, they love doing my jobs because they know that the shit's gonna be dope. It's gonna go well. We're gonna do everything in a timely manner. The client's gonna love it. But it's just me like, fuck, okay, I hope it does happen. I hope it does. And my guys notice it too. They're like, damn, Joe, you're all right? You're all right? And so I think I have to maybe have a little more confidence in myself in my position, and maybe I won't be getting sick as often, because I'm fucking dope, and I should already know that the shit's gonna be dope. So why stress about it, you know? Like, anyway, so yeah. That was just me thinking internally and just bringing it out to the world, letting everybody know that I stress too, you know. I'm human, you know. I'm not invulnerable, but yeah, that is my soapbox talk. And with that, this has been episode 58 of the None of Our Business podcast. We want to thank Cy Freezy, Syphon the DZ, the Don Dilla, J Syphon for coming through, fucking with us. And it is.
This is my watching portion. Let's watch them do their thing. But feel free to join in.
Yo,
Fuck it up.
J Syphon in the building. Yo, the record spot, make it hot. We will not let the mic drop. Gotta get the charts topped. We can't stop, and they try to block, but we overcoming it. We overcoming. We got the linebacker, the full runner. We get it cracking. You know the kids about to make this whole shit cracking. I can't stop, won't stop the boogie, and you know we got the energy. New podcast till the day we die. The DEI, we bring it back. This ain't no fucking spelling bee. Let me do what I do up on the freestyle. Philly Phil, Cianan D. You know what we do, Joe.
Oh, jeez. Eat your woman out.
Suck your man's dick.
You guys got to film this shit. This shit got to go on YouTube.
Hey, vote for me.
Drink some water.
Ooh wee.